What's going on, Eagles Nation? This is your boy AK Eagles. To my left, your right is Jerrylee, and below us here is Jordy Fighter. Appreciate you guys for being here tonight. This is another episode of the Eagles Late Night Talk Show, and I appreciate you guys being here. How you guys doing?
Awesome, man. Feeling that New Year's coming on, man.
Yeah, definitely. Happy New Year's to you guys, by the way.
Yeah, Happy New Year's,
Yep,
brother.
Happy New Year's.
Yeah.
How you doing, Jordy?
Not bad. I have to keep an eye on the Michigan game because I have a couple of people over that are going to be yelling a lot. So
Happy New
sorry in
Year's,
case that
guys.
happens, but
It's okay.
yeah,
Man.
it's a crazy night already.
Yo, what's going on, Big Play Slay? Happy New Year's, my guy. Happy New Year's, Nightings. Appreciate you guys for being here. Seven p.m. Oh, okay. Different state college then. I got you. Anyway, listen, we are 2 weeks away from the regular season being over. Okay. We are sitting in prime position right now for the 7th seed. We are in it. We have it. Now we got to keep it. How confident are you guys that we do keep it? And now that Kirk Cousins is now in COVID protocol or whatever, that he might be at risk there. And, obviously the 49ers should be able to handle Houston, and Green Bay should be able to take care of Minnesota. So how confident are you guys that we hold on to the 7th seed? And what do you guys expect?
I'm pretty confident, man. I mean, because they also lost Antonio, Gibson. So, what do they got?
Yeah.
And I heard he was probably going to use Allen, too. So, it's going to be like the third week in a row that we're playing like a backup. So,
yeah, no, and I'm so tired of hearing people bitch about that. It's not like we chose our schedule.
yeah. Or we made the things happen,
Yeah,
Like,
it's not our fault that we're all, defensively pretty bad in the NFC East. It's just how it is right now. Washington.
It's going to really piss them off when we go to the Super Bowl. Not saying that we are, but if it happens, this is going to piss off a lot of people.
Why'd you have to say that on here?
I'm just saying, man.
I know, but damn.
I'm not saying it's
people are going to take that shit and run with it now. You know that.
Right. Well, it's not like I'm saying it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? It's like the farthest thing from my mind. But like, if that shit does happen, yo,
I will be stoned, man. Like, no lie, and I'm not talking like stoned as in smoking pot stoned. I'm like stoned as in like shock. Like I won't know what to do if that would happen. I expected 17. This would be something I wouldn't expect. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, for sure. I mean, but if we're in, we got a shot.
No, you're right. You're right. I mean,
like it's possible.
Yeah. How about you, Jordy?
Yeah, I mean, we're in a good spot. All we need to do is win out, and we're in. And realistically, we're already in a great position. Dallas could be resting their starters by the time we reach them, and we've got an easy game versus the Giants. I mean, there's not much to worry about as long as the team can hold it together. I mean, as long as we don't get sloppy and lose sight of what we're trying to achieve, we should be fine. And Nick Sirianni is going to prove that he was a coach, high-tier coaching candidate this year, from beginning to now.
Yeah, I mean, we possibly clinched this weekend.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we might be not playing our starters on the last game.
We just need Green Bay to win and the 49ers to win and us win, and we're in.
Yeah. So, we may not even play our starters the last game,
Yeah. I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either if we were already in.
Yeah. There, you'll get your Minshew then, guys.
Right. Not just that, but we'll probably get another spot up in the draft too.
Yeah, that how do you guys feel about that? We all went into
Ugh.
this year thinking we were going to have like really good draft capital, being in the top 15 at least, possibly. We were all
We are in the
expecting
top 15. We're
No, we're
still in the
not.
top 15. Yeah, we still have a 15 spot.
Right now we're 20th, 25th, and 19.
Are you sure? I thought there was a
Yes.
15. I thought there was a
No,
15.
no. Dolphins pick is 19, ours is 20, and the
Okay.
Colts is 25th. So
I
that's
thought I
what I'm
seen
saying.
15.
Like,
Okay.
no, but that's what I'm saying though. Like, we all thought those three were going to be up higher. So, I mean, is that a negative in your eyes, or is that a positive?
Well, I mean, we could trade up still, but how far can we go up? Not just
And for who? It has to be
yeah,
for a certain someone, not just
yeah,
anyone.
yeah. It's got to be for the top defensive end, or or yeah. I don't know, man.
How about you, Jordan?
It's definitely a negative, but as recently, I've been a fan of this strategy. You can use your two of your first to go up and then one to go back.
Mm-hmm.
That way, if you can get high enough, you can go for a certain guy.
Yep.
And when you go back, you've still got the potential to grab somebody to fill a need, depending on how the draft falls. So you can still fill a need that way, and you get some draft capital back after sending away two firsts. So not all is lost. And
Now, when you say go back, are you talking like back out of the first or back further in the first?
Either one. Because, I mean, either one can fetch good capital depending on who you're moving with.
Or you could trade it for next year, for a first round next year.
Yeah, but there's certain guys in this draft that are kind of hard to pass up.
Yeah.
Because I think
that's every draft, bro.
Yeah, but I think quarterbacks this year are going to jump up the board again late through like the combine and everything. Because some of the higher drafting teams need quarterbacks.
Oh, there's a lot of teams that need quarterbacks, dude.
There's about 10 teams in the NFL right now who need quarterbacks.
I think some teams will want to go young, go quarterback, and that may drop certain guys. If you can get high enough, you may be able to lock one of them down. And then that's fine for going up. And then depending on what you want, you can go back and later in the first or into the early second.
I just have a feeling if you're going to want to move up that high to get one of those people, it's going to take more than two firsts. So
I think Hamilton's coming off the board really quick.
Team.
I think Hamilton's coming off the board really quick, and that guy from Michigan is coming off the board really quick.
I think Thibodeau comes off before Hutchinson from Michigan.
Yeah.
But Hamilton, here's the case with Hamilton. He pinched his fat pad against USC and hasn't played since. Now I was at the USC game. It was in October. He hasn't played in about 4 or 5 games. And he skipped the bowl game. Our team's going to look at that negatively is the question. And it all depends on what he does at the combine, if he could drop or not.
It's true.
I will give you one thing, Jordy. I really like your halfback.
You like Kyron?
Yeah, I do. A lot. Why, you don't?
I do. He's a little bit of a little bit of everything back, kind of like Miles. My only worry is if you bring him in, what's the case with the rest of the running back room?
Really, he's not Miles, bro. He's fucking Power. Really?
Kyron, I don't know.
What about that guy from
Power?
I've watched his film, bro. Do you know how many missed break tackles he has? Like, that kid's phenomenal.
He's elusive, and he's a pass catcher. I don't necessarily peg him as a power back. Tyree was more the power back in our dynamic.
I don't know.
What about that guy from Liberty, dude? That back from Liberty.
I haven't watched too much of him, I have to say.
I'm up and down with certain guys like him. I don't know. I think I'd also have to dive a little more.
Yeah, go ahead. No, I was just saying, I just think it's never enough to have enough halfbacks on your roster. No lie. I'm one of those people. If I could have 3 of them, I would.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really would.
Yeah. And the league's not looking at running backs like they were before either. You know what I mean? Like they're a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't I wouldn't hold them for past their contract. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because with the league nowadays, with how much some backs get beat up, you can only keep them for 1 or 2 contracts.
Yeah, you'll be lucky to get even 1 out of them.
Yeah, look at DeMarco. Look what Zeke and Saquon are trending towards. I mean, they're trending towards not getting another big contract ever because they're both getting beat up.
I got to ask you, because this is a question I asked a while back. No one could give me a straight answer on. Does Derrick Henry beat that mold? Can Derrick Henry keep doing what he's doing till he's, let's say, 28, 30?
See, that when it comes down to that, I got to see how he conditions and how that keeps him built for the NFL season before I can give you a yes or no. But the chances are likely yes. With how he's taken punishment so far, he doesn't look like everybody else. At the end of the game, he's not necessarily looking. He doesn't look beat up. He looks like, I want to go in and play more. So if he can just keep that conditioning, he's going to be great, and he'll go past that.
Yeah, I mean, he was injured for a while now, though, right?
Yeah, but that was just an unlucky break for him more than anything.
Yeah, no, well, and that's what I'm saying, man. If you look at Derrick Henry, he's not built like a normal halfback. I mean, he's 6'4", 250, and he runs a 4.3. And usually halfbacks are getting punished, and also dealing it out. It's like he only deals it out. No one's punishing Derrick Henry. Even when you hit that man, you're not hitting that man. You know what I mean?
I mean, guys will run into him and they bounce off like bullets on a bulletproof car.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what always made me wonder, like, what is this guy going to do? A lot of people had kind of the same thoughts of Todd Gurley, but Todd Gurley is not Derrick Henry. You know what I mean?
Well, not just that, he's got bad knees too, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the knees, Gurley would have been fine.
Yeah. So, listen, guys, we all talk each and every week about players and players and players on this team. Most people have graded players on this team. I want to strictly talk about coaches from this team. Most of them are first-year coaches for us. Now this coaching staff has got a lot of grief this year, as well as praise. But in some aspects, in some ways, I feel we have been way too harsh on Nick Sirianni this year. I feel we've been too harsh on Gannon this year, for the most part. Like, for instance, we made fun of Nick for the way he talked about the roots and flowers and shit. But then we're winning 7-9, and everyone's like grasping onto it like it's so cool now. After you made fun of him. Yeah, know what I'm saying.
Winning cures everything.
Yeah.
It changes everybody's mind.
That's the thing, though. Like when I look at Nick, dude, I don't see a normal head coach like we've had in the past. Nick is actually just normal. Yeah, he's just a genuinely nice human being. I mean, when you listen to him talk, when you listen to him, he just cares.
Not if you're a ref.
Well, no. But if you're an Eagle, he cares.
Yeah.
And even if you're not, like, he just doesn't talk normal. And I feel we've given him a lot of shit for that. So, I just kind of want to, like, for instance, I made the comment the other night. We do not, as an organization, hire bad head coaches. If you look back in our history, we've never
Chip Kelly.
No, Chip was not bad. Chip,
wasn't great.
dude, he had 2 winning seasons in double digits, and then his last one, he was what, 9-7 or 8-8. Like
I wasn't fond of him, dude.
I understand that who he was, I was not fond of either. But
I wasn't. It wasn't him. It was his play calling.
Well, and that's understandable too. I mean, it was completely different than what anyone was used to at that time. But the point is, though, he won. You know, he could have came in and completely flopped. Now, I'm not suggesting his ego is what killed him here and in San Francisco. His ego is what got the best of him. That's why he failed. You know, but he was still a good coach. Okay, Andy Reid, no experience coach. You know, we've had very good history of it. Now, Nick Sirianni, he comes in, he's 8-7 right now. You know, and in all honesty, how many of you knew who this guy was before we hired him?
Nobody.
Yeah, nobody.
Okay, no one. Well, at least I didn't. I'm man enough to admit that. I don't know if anyone in the chat is, but hey, I didn't know him. None of us knew who he was. I remember when it said, hey, the Eagles' new head coach is Nick Sirianni, I scratched my head and I was like, who the fuck is this guy? You know, I didn't know. I really, truly didn't. And,
I definitely had to research him.
Right? Like, yeah, no, I didn't know anything. I didn't even know his name existed until we hired him.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I never really picked on him, like, for his antics or anything.
Yeah.
It was weird to me, but I never talked bad about him, you know?
And I didn't mean you guys, honestly.
No.
There is fans out there who were harsh on this man. Like,
there was a bunch of people talking bad about him. I mean, you know, I laughed when other people said shit, but, you know, I never came out and was like, what's up with the, you know, the knuckle shuffle?
If laughing at memes makes you go to hell, I'm going to hell because I laugh too. So it is what it is. You know, I just truly feel we have been that way with these guys. So, you know, I do want to go through these position coaches and I do want to grade them because I feel we do need to talk about them because a lot of them will probably be here next year. Whether people want them to be or not, they will be. So the first one that I have on the board for us right now is our special teams coordinator, Clay. All right. You've seen the game so far up to this week or this past week. Our special teams, what do you give them for a grade and why?
Well, I'd definitely give them a C+B, you know what I mean, in that area. I mean, because we've had a couple of blocked field goals. I think we had a blocked punt too or something in there. And recoveries, so. You know, and you know they've been placed in good position. You know what I mean? You can't really blame them for people dropping the ball. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean they took advantage of everything the right way. So yeah, I'll give them a B.
Jordy? What do you take from our special teams this year, my guy, and what do you give Clay and them as a grade?
Looking at the whole thing, I'd say B+, A- because you look at him coming in as a first year as the youngest coach of the 4 coordinators, and I mean, my only real problem with him is he's got to tell Rieger, you suck at punt returning. You let punts go over your head that you shouldn't, and then when you don't, you should have. And that's my only problem. He helped Jake Elliott come back from a confidence crisis, and now he's having one of his best seasons ever. Seifels came in. First year, he's an Australian guy. He's an Australian, so he's good at punting, but I think he's probably helped him take it to another level.
Boss.
And he's a great accuracy punter. He has good power, but people forget he's very accurate. I forget what game it was, but pregame, he was doing punts from the 50-yard line. He was down in these things, coffin corner at the 10, the 5. I saw it, and I'm like, he's good. And then everything besides Rieger returning punts, which shouldn't have been done in the first place, great. This whole special teams unit's like transformed. And thankfully, it didn't collapse like the Packers.
Wow.
Yo, and McPherson, my guy. I love watching special teams because McPherson, even though he's not out on the field, he's out there on special teams, and that guy is always down there, standing at the goal line before Sipas's punt even hits the ground. Have any of you guys noticed that? Like, dude, McPherson is fast as shit, dude. No lie, that kid is fast. I've never seen a dude move that fast, be able to get down there, cover the goal line before his punt even hits the ground. That's crazy.
And another guy who's really underrated for his job, Rick Lovato.
Who? Yeah.
Rick Lovato. Because
Yeah.
I mean, you really look at what he does on a game-to-game basis. I mean, he's always down there. He's always doing work. I mean, he's probably half the reason that our special teams is as good as it is, because he's the veteran of that group. He holds it down.
He is the long snapper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been here since Dream Bros left.
Yeah.
Dorn boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they discovered he had a heart condition, which our med staff's been garbage for years, so I'm not surprised we couldn't find that.
Right. Just like we couldn't find that broken foot of Carson Wentz's.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So that leads me on to our next one, and this is one of our big ones. Well, shout out to the 5 in the chat. Appreciate you guys coming in. We are just grading coaches tonight and just talking a little Eagles football. Please feel free to chat in and chime in the chat. Your comments are more than welcome. I'll do mine on Clay real quick. I'm with Jordy. I kind of give our special teams an A- here because, listen, they have turned Jake Elliott around this year. This kid is on point. He is kicking the shit out of the football this year. And I love what I'm seeing. It kind of reminds me of first year Jake. So
He's only had one miss, right?
Yeah. And that
one
was
miss
last
this whole
week.
year. Whew.
Just last week, right? Was his
Dude,
first
that's
one?
like 99% accurate. That's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah. So, and then, like Jordy also said, dude, our punter. Like, is there something in the water in Australia? Should we be grabbing players from Australia all of a sudden? Because they all seem to be playing pretty well.
Better get them now because the freaking government's tightening up.
How many? No lie. How many punters right now are in the NFL? That are from Australia. There's 4 of them, right?
I think there's more than 4. There's a few.
Yeah, like the dude, they're for kicking. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Australia is the way to go if you want a punter or kicker, man. And those drop.
Aussie, oi, oi, oi.
Aussie, like, oi, oi, oi.
Yeah,
no lie. And they're drop punts. They're drop punts. I don't know any American person that can drop punt like that. Like, they're ridiculous.
Cunt punt.
So our next guy that we're going to talk about now is one of our main, Jonathan Gannon, our defensive coordinator. He had a lot of grief at the beginning of the year, but these last 7-8 games, I say he's shown improvement. Okay. And he's done a pretty damn good job these last 7-8 games. But what do you guys rank Jonathan Gannon and this defense as a whole? And what do you guys, feel about him?
Go ahead, Jordy. You go first on this one.
So, when it comes to Jonathan Gannon, at first there was a lot of worry because he was a young coordinator, but he's definitely shown improvement as of late. I mean, he's learned from a lot of the mistakes he started to make, and you're seeing a lot of progression. So I give about a B because there's still some things he struggles with. There's still some personnel things that he needs to fix, like certain placement of certain players and when to move in and out players and what situations and packages to use and when to blitz, especially when to blitz, because he has a big problem with that. I don't know what it is. I don't know what he struggles with. But when it comes to blitzing, he can't do it at all. He times blitzes about as poorly as you can do it. But other than that, he's learning, and you're seeing a lot more adjustments than he used to. And he's got to make up for losing Brandon Graham and Fletch having problems here and there during games. Hargrave has sputtered. Your corners are struggling, so there's been a change.
How about you, Jerrylee?
So, what was your grade on him?
I think he said a B minus.
Mm,
B.
yeah,
B.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm in the same. He gets a B from me. I mean, I could have choked him earlier in the season.
I think
Like,
we all
if
could have.
I could have
Yeah.
reached through the TV, I definitely would have the fuck are you doing? Why are we playing so far off? And and I wonder because we haven't played any good quarterbacks in a while. Since like week 8, I think it was. It could be contributing to that, but yeah, I he plays scared to me. You know what I mean? Like, but as of recent, it seems like he got a surgery to get Cox's foot out of his ass or something. Because I think they did have a conversation. Um, but yeah, I definitely seen some improvement. I'd like to see a lot better blitzing. More blitz packages. I mean, you've had a whole year to know who you have, so you got to put better packages together. So, but yeah, I'll give him a B. I mean, because he's kept the score down. You know what I mean, for most of the season. So I can't really fault him there. So yeah.
That's one thing I seen. It was either yesterday or today. We're used to having a good run defense in the past years. You know, we've always been top when it comes to the pass rush and or to run to rushing defense. There we go. I'll get it out. Um, but now all of a sudden, it seemed to flip. I saw a stat yesterday that in pass defense, we're top 10 in every category. That's on third downs. That's on everything. Um, and it varies from third to eighth to ninth to sixth to seventh. Each one, but we're in the top 10. Now we have been a pretty shitty pass defense in the past. Where you could throw all day on us, but you couldn't run. So it seems like our defense flipped
Flip flop. Yep.
completely. Yeah, I'm okay with that if it works. And lately it has been working. Now you're right. I don't know if that is based on the teams we're playing or if they just all have now just found their comfort zone. They've all settled in, and the system is just became another thing, and they can just read and react now. They don't have to think anymore. But I give the defense a B with you guys because I have seen improvements. I do agree with you about the blitzing. They don't blitz enough, but I don't know how to fix that, man. I'm not a defensive coordinator. I can only bitch about it, but it won't change nothing, so I'm not going to. But as long as whatever he does wins us games, I'm fine with it. But I can't sit here and act like our defense is just terrible because we're not.
It's not. It's not terrible.
Like I said, we're top 10 in pass defense. That's a pretty damn good thing to be, considering
I've seen some terrible
what
defenses this year. Our defense is
yeah,
not terrible. You know what I mean? So
no,
that's
by no means is it. So yeah, I'm with you guys. I'm going to give them around a B minus as well. Now this next one, you don't see him that much. You don't even hear about him that much, but he does exist, and that is our offensive coordinator, Shane Styke. He's the guy behind the scenes. He's the one in Nick's ear, and I believe, he's pretty much his right hand man. So, what do you guys give Shane Steichen for offense and everything this year?
go ahead, Jordy.
So that's an iffy one because we don't necessarily know where he stands with everything, with Sirianni and everything, and he may be in his ear, but we don't know how much of the offense necessarily is Steichen and how much of it is Sirianni. So there's kind of a
That is
hidden
a good
element to
question,
it.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would
There's a
love
hidden
to know
element.
that outcome. Who is it?
Yeah. But there's definitely influence from both.
And when was it?
With how much we do
I
hear
knew
about
that was
him,
coming.
I'd probably give him a B minus, C plus, because there's definitely been some problems with this offense, and who knows how much of it was because of him. Like running the ball, not doing it while Sanders was here, and then as soon as Sanders gets hurt, oh, maybe we should run the ball. And then we forget, oh, we have more than 2 wide receivers, and yet we still don't give them chances, and J. Jaw's going to turn into Mac Hollins, go somewhere else, and then all of a sudden be decent. You know, that we like to chase off good players. And then
J. Joe ain't going to be anywhere he goes. Shut up.
I don't know about that, man.
That's debatable, but
It's not debatable.
Yeah, it is. The misutilization of tight ends has been all year. There'd be weeks where we don't target them once, and then other weeks where they get half the targets, and I go, you don't have to do one or the other. You can do a little bit of both, but there's a lot of things this offense has to get over, but also a lot of things they've done right. So it's kind of middle of the pack when it comes down to it.
Do you want to know why? Sorry to interrupt and to pause this conversation for a second, but do you want to know why J. Jaw won't do anything?
Why?
Because if that was the case, everyone out here right now is calling for a 50-50 man, right? We want a big body receiver. We've had one all year, and he's not being used like that. If he could be used like that, don't you think they would use him that way?
I mean,
but instead you're sitting here and you want a Mike Williams or you want a Godwin or, an Allen Robinson, a 50-50 catcher, right? Well, that's exactly what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, I've called for him all season.
That's the point. Yeah. But if this kid was good, do you not think he'd be on the field?
Here's
your best players play. No, here's the thing.
No.
If this kid goes out there during practice and he can prove that he can go up, catch those balls day in and day out all the fucking time, you don't think for a second that Nick Sirianni and those guys would have him on the field?
Listen, you miss 100% of shots you don't take. How many times have they targeted J-Jaw this year?
That's
twice, and he caught it twice.
I don't care how many times they targeted him, my guy.
You need to give him
the point is, how many times has he played?
And if give him a chance before you can tell me he's good or bad.
But that's the point, though. He proves it in practice that he's not good enough to be out there on the field. Because if he proved in practice he was good enough, they would put him out there.
Well, obviously, they're not making the best personnel decisions. Why is Rager still on the field and still taking punts?
That's right.
Listen, J-Jaw and Rager both are all in account to how eroding an unwanted target on both of their backs. J-Jaw was not supposed to go when he went, and neither was Rager. You're expecting them to do shit that they can't fucking do because that's the place they were selected in. Okay? But that's on Howie Roseman. That's not on them as a player. They can only do what they can do. But when you draft them to do that at a high pick and they don't produce, well, there's a reason for that because that's not the pick they were supposed to go at.
Hey, AK, I do have to step in for a second. Have you seen other practices? Have they actually, put him in position to catch balls in practice or done anything like that to make him part of the play?
Well, no, I haven't seen it. But you're right. I haven't seen it. And that, whatever, it is what it is. But I'm telling you, these are my coaches of my team.
Sure.
I expect them to put the betters out on the field.
Sure.
Okay. And that's the thing. If he's not out there, then he's not the best.
Well, we don't know.
Okay. No, and that's but that's the thing. You don't know. But the thing is, he still plays during practice. I mean, they have first team reps, second team, third team. He can show out at any time. You think for 1 minute if he's showing out, they're not going to move him up the second team and then maybe the first team like Quez did? I
think no. Well, Quez moved up on his own, and they weren't even here when he moved up.
Yeah, they were. He just got moved up this year. He didn't play at all last year, except one down or a couple downs, handful of downs last year. Quez played. Other than that, he didn't play last year. He got moved up after Nick got here.
All right. Well, anyway, still we just don't know. You know what I mean? I trust the coaches, yeah, but we don't know how they're putting together plays or anything, or if they are practicing with him that way. I mean, yeah, they're using him in the block.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I
and-
understand that. But I'm saying though, when you have a 6'5" wide receiver, 6'4", whatever the hell he is, he's tall.
You would
And
think.
you have 50-50 balls, that should be the guy out there.
You would think.
But
Here's the thing.
he's not out there because
Hey,
he's
what's
not
up, Papa?
50-50 guy. What's up, Papa? How you doing, my guy?
Here's the thing. So we're all about putting players in the best position. How come we haven't seen any sort of jumbo package this year? And if we did, JJ would be the best player to put in said position because he fits the mold of a guy you want on your jumbo package. And
Because they're not building the offense around J.J.
No, but why wouldn't you put in a package so you at least give him a chance to the point where, if the jumbo package works with him or somebody else, because you don't only have him on the jumbo package. If it works, it works. Even if occasionally you give him a jump ball here and there. He fits the mold of somebody you can put in a jumbo package.
So my question is for you, why wouldn't you?
What do you mean, why wouldn't I?
Why wouldn't you?
Because
You're saying why
the other
wouldn't
players. There's other players that are making more money than him, number one, and that are probably better than him, number two. Like Goddard, number one, Smith,
Yeah, but there's no reason that you can sit there and tell me that there's no reason he can't be number 2 or number 3. He's had enough time here. This is his third year, right?
Remember, this is the same organization that pushed out Rasul Douglas and is now balling with the Packers. This is the same organization that let Mac Hollins walk, and he's playing a role player role with Miami.
Yeah, he's playing a role player role. He ain't no fucking superstar.
That's better than what J-Jaw's getting. He never got a chance. He ran cardio in Philly, and now he's playing a decent role in Miami where he gives you production.
I'm telling you, bro, if this dude was out here producing like Julio Jones, he'd be fucking playing. If he was out here producing like, say, Chase Claypool, no, I'm saying though, he's supposed to be a big body 50-50 ball type player. If he plays like them, he would be playing. That's my point. If he was out here playing like Chase Claypool, he'd be fucking playing. If he was out here playing like any dude, T. Higgins, he'd be out there playing, but he's not catching the ball. And that's plain and simple too, because they'd be playing him. If he was out there balling every fucking day, dude, there's no reason he would not be on that field. No reason. We don't play favorites in the NFL. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they play favorites in the NFL.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they
definitely do.
Yeah, absolutely. Come on, man. You can't say that.
No, what I'm saying though is that, like, for instance, if you have, yeah, sure, Papa, I'll drop it for you. I'm saying as in, like, if you have a guy out there, like, for instance, Quez Watkins, everybody, he's a very big favorite of ours, correct? A lot of us like him. Really good kid, all right? But if J-Jaw was out producing him, I'm not going to sit there at Quez just because I like Quez better. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be J-Jaw because he's producing. If J-Jaw is the one out there each and every practice catching 90% of his balls and Rager's out there only catching 10% of his that are thrown his way, J-Jaw gets that spot. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it depends on what plays. It depends on what plays they're putting together, though. You know what I mean? Like which plays call for him at which moments. You know.
And not only
that's the thing, though. Your 3 wide receivers are normally your 3 wide receivers. They only interchange now and then, but for the most part, they're your starting 3. It's usually Smith, Quez, and Rager. That is your starting 3. Now and then you'll see them interchange due to plays, but that is your starting 3. And that's what I'm saying. He couldn't win over Quez, and he couldn't win over Rager. If you can't win over Rager, you have no hope.
Rager's faster than him, dude. Like
I was gonna say,
he can't catch though. He can't catch.
I was gonna say it depends on how you plan out your offense too, with who you're gonna put as your starting receivers.
Yeah.
If you plan to spread offense but put in slower and bigger receivers, that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
That's like implementing West Coast.
I know, and that's probably why he's not playing, Jordy. But that's what I was saying. There's a reason he's not.
Here's the thing: we say game speed's different than practice all the time. Why not give him the chance in game? I mean, he's dropped 4 balls in his career, so he's not getting chances anymore. It's not about he can't produce. No, it's about he's not getting the ball. It was the same problem with Mac Hollins for years, and we complained. But now with J-Jaw, it's the same thing over again.
What is it with you guys and J-Jaw, man? Holy fuck!
It could be any receiver, dude. Like even Ward, you know what I mean? Like why aren't they using Ward?
Ward deserves it way more than J-Jaw. Ward deserves it.
That's
way
what I'm
more
saying.
Ward deserves it more than Rager and Watkins both.
Well,
and no lie.
But they're not using him.
That's
it's
Ward.
The same
though.
thing. It's the same thing.
Yeah, but
same
the Ward's never been used, and I've never understood that. But I understand
same
the
concept,
J-Jaw
brother.
Thing.
Because you don't like him.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Because it's not the same fucking concept. Because unlike J-Jaw, Ward has fucking been there in the fucking moment, never fucking failed us. There's a huge difference between Ward and J-Jaw.
He's dropped some balls, brother.
Bro,
he's had trouble.
None that you can truly sit here and say, no, dude.
He's
how many
more than JJ?
Yeah, he has dropped more.
He's also played a lot more than JJ. I'm telling you though, last year, when Carson Wentz in his last year that made the playoffs in 19, that was because of Ward. All right, we didn't have any wide receivers that year. Ward came in and he took over the last 4 or 5 games whenever we needed him. He was there and he actually competed and he caught the balls. Hell, we won that Washington game because of him.
Here's the thing.
And this dude just came off the practice squad. That's what I'm saying. Dude, this was an undrafted free agent.
Our lineman has half the passes that J-Jaw does.
Yeah.
Y'all just need to stop. Listen, Jordy, you had me on the Mac. You have me on the Mac Hollins thing. You know that's what me and Fizz also became best friends over. But you ain't getting me on the J-Jaw. The Mac Hollins thing, I get, but not J-Jaw.
And here's the thing. So Ward, yeah, he had that great season with Wentz, but he's not really had that time. But he's also, what has he really done that stuck out since then? Because he was put in a position where nobody knew very much about him. Nobody had the.
Bro, how many key touchdowns has that kid had over his 4-year span with us?
I'm saying,
hell, he just had one last week.
After the year with Wentz, where he was playing with deck chairs as receivers.
Yeah, well, he also did it in 18. Ward was with us in 18. That's what I'm saying. He's been here. He's done things. He deserves it way more than anyone else on this wide receiver core other than Smith.
But all of a sudden,
like Ward should take over. Ward literally should be in Rager's spot in the slot easily.
Well, then where's the production then? If he's getting more opportunities than J-Jaw is, he's on the field more.
Hey, Jordy, is that your dad yelling in the background?
That's somebody yelling at a Michigan game.
I'm gonna be pulling up. We're pulling up Rager's stats here. You gotta say on this, Papa, at all. I know you
hate a mom and dad fight, you know.
I'll say this: Mark Sanchez was good for a couple years.
Oh, that's your people.
He wasn't a good overall quarterback.
No, I'm talking about them. No, I'm upstairs listening to either what I'm hoping is fireworks, either that or we're being bombed. I don't know, one of the two.
Yeah.
Matt Liner had a couple of decent years. Doesn't mean he was
the
good.
cartel were after me.
I can't, bro. I cannot believe you right now, Jordy.
It's the Taliban.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's the cartel. I knew it.
Yeah,
they're coming through Panama, baby.
Right? Where's my AR?
Where's my gun? Where's your 12 gauge?
Where's my automatic booger picker? Gotta get these clowns out of there.
I'm ready, boys.
Yeah, man. Like, no lie. In 2020, he actually played in 16 games, but he only started 10 of them. And he had 419 with 6 touchdowns. He had 79 targets and he caught 53 of them. I mean that, and he only came in for half that season after our guys were all bad. I mean, that was when Alshon was bad, and that's, all that shit. You've been there. Like, and he caught 6 of those, and 6 of those touchdowns were very big touchdowns for us. Like I said, the one of them was in the Washington game to help us win that game right at the very end. Huh?
I think Ward was used like 3 different times in the end zone this year. He made one of them, but he missed 2 of them in the end zone.
No, he has 3 touchdowns this year.
Ward?
I thought he had like 4. He has 1 dropped, which kind of pisses me off.
Does it say?
I will say one thing I found out the other day, which kind of surprised me. Watkins is over 500 yards, like almost at 600 or at 600 yards.
Well, I mean, he gets those bombs, dude.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I know, but for us complaining, like, oh, we don't use Watkins enough, I figured he'd only have like maybe 300.
It's the same thing with Smith, dude. We've been complaining all this time, and yet he's like 1,000-yard season.
Yeah, he's literally like 100 something. He's 97 off of breaking Deshaun's. And then 170 from
I don't know, man. It doesn't say drops, Jordy. I went through everything. It don't say how many drops.
I'll find it. 1 sec.
Well, I bet you will.
Trust me, I know the right
He's got it painted on his wall. He's like, this motherfucker.
I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him.
Well, Greg, listen, Greg Ward also has 126 targets. Okay, so I know Jay is. So, man. Anyway, fuck, I can't believe you, Jordy. You got me off topic. Congrats.
We're supposed to be happy.
All right. Did you go for? Did you go for Styke, Jerrylee?
Yes, I did. He didn't.
No, I didn't. I don't even know what to give him, man. Because we just don't know. No, I just don't know. I don't know what to grade him.
All right.
D for douche.
Well, I'm just going to skip you, Papa. If I say the same thing. All right, so on then. It will be a lot easier. So we have our running back coach, Singleton. First year, I believe he came from Cincinnati, correct?
Singleton?
Right?
He came from like a bunch of teams.
Yeah, our running back coach.
I think was like his latest.
But I mean, he just was previously with Cincy, right?
I'm pretty sure Kentucky was his latest.
Anyway. Oh. Well, anyway, we see what he's done, with Jordan Howard, Miles Sanders, Gainwell, Scott, blah, blah, blah. List goes on. What do you guys think of his job as our running back coach for year 1? And how do you think his running backs performed this year so far with a grade?
Well, I think he's done good. I think he's did a good job. I mean, it looks like Miles is hitting the hole. Pause.
I'll say pause.
Yeah. A lot cleaner now. And when people fumble the ball, he normally sidelines them right away for a minute. So I think he's done good, man. Give him credit. I give him a B.
So swear, who goes next? What's happening here?
Go ahead, bro.
Do I say?
Yeah, I mean,
you were supposed to go first.
I'm a B as well. Definitely. Like you said, has controlled, or not controlled, but you see the running back sitting in the hole. You don't see as much loss. You see kind of the intensity. Really, only reason it's not an A, and this is probably just because this is just Miles, but got to work on that fumbling. Which is a Miles thing, that's a character thing. But if the coach can help with that, because you don't really see any other running backs fumbling.
And they should have brought Jordan Howard up a lot sooner, man. Yeah.
Yep.
I agree with that.
That's why.
Jordy,
That's
did you
why I
go?
gave him a freaking B.
Oh no, yeah. Also, can I comment on the Michigan thing quick?
No.
Yeah.
What do you
So-
mean no?
Yeah, yeah.
No.
It's like I hate Michigan.
So Michigan only because Cincinnati's an FCS team and they don't play real competition like BYU last year. There's a reason we say Zach Wilson sucks, but it's not about
know what
neutral field. It's about Michigan's not on turf this year or in this game. That's what screwed them. But to the running backs coach, yeah, the running backs have been playing well. It's just they haven't gotten the opportunities early in the season, and then it really opened up, which was nice because, well, let's face it, if you don't have a run game, you're one dimensional. And as the Steelers have proved us, you can go 11-0, but if you're one dimensional, you're done. And so we started running again. It looks a lot better. A lot of the running backs seem prepared, although there's some weird decisions to use the running backs. That's not the running back coach's call per se. Who really knows? But I'd say B minus because they're doing really well. While they're not the most prepared and they haven't been put in the best positions, they're still really good running back room.
Did you go, Jerry?
Yep.
Okay. So our next one then, I had Patullo down, but we're not even going down that route again because we don't know. So our next one then is going to be our QB coach Johnson. He is really close to Jalen Hurts. I think he got moved down on the field week 7, correct? And ever since then, you kind of seen a change a little bit. So what do you take of Johnson, how he's done with Jalen Hurts and even Minshew for that matter? And what do you guys grade our QB coach this year?
I'm going to give him an A, man, because, you see Jalen's progression. It's been phenomenal. It really has. And getting him ready, like you were saying with Minshew, having him prepared for that game when he came in was definitely awesome. Yeah, I definitely see much improvement in, the quarterback play. And you could definitely tell, when Jalen was cutting up the plays and everything too, you know what I mean? Like when he was talking about the play. So he's learning something. So it's been good. Hey.
Jordan?
So I'd probably say a B because there's
Fuck
definitely been
you.
progression. But here's my problem. He still suffers from the same couple problems with his scrambling timing and locking on to certain guys and only looking at one side of the field. And that's the only problems I really have, and those got to be worked out at some point. Now, the progressing through reads, that's got to progress naturally, kinda. It can be progressed with the coach, but I think the part of it's natural, just getting it in your head. And some of it's just you got to. I don't know if I'd put it on the coach, but the coach has got to help him get there with like reading the field. He's had trouble reading the field, and not only that, at times he hesitates. He doesn't have the confidence in his arm. We've seen that because he'll overthrow Quez once and then not want to throw the deep ball for the rest of the game until he gets put in a spot where he has to step up and throw it because he's got nothing else to lose. And that's something that Johnson's got to help him with is his confidence. That's key because if you're a quarterback without confidence, you're not going to go very far.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. That was very well put. Papa?
Yeah, so 1, screw you, Jordy. 2, I'm biased as hell. And since Ryan Johnson came from Florida, I'm giving this man an A. But pretty much going exactly with what Jerry said. Ever since he came down to the field, it has been a major improvement. And to talk about the confidence and all that, give Jalen the offseason when he's not having to learn his 5th system in 5 years or whatever, where he can focus on him, he'll be fine.
All right. Very easy, simply put. Thank you. So,
It ain't the only thing easy, Lamau.
anywho,
You set yourself up for that one, my guy.
Uh,
You knew what was coming.
yeah. Anyway, our next coach we're going to talk about then is our tight ends coach Michael. You know, we brought him over from the Colts. He did good with Doyle and them over there. So you know, what do you guys think about him? How he did good at the beginning with Ertz, and how he's also transforming Goddard. You know, what do you give him as a position coach grade, and how do you like that room?
Well, I can't blame him for Goddard's drops, but you know, from what I've seen, he's done a pretty good job. You know, I'm giving most of these guys a B. You know what I mean? Because I just you don't really know. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to grade a coach unless like you're talking like defense though. You know what I mean? You could tell like on the defensive side, like where the placements are and how they line up and all that. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I give him a B.
Papa?
Yeah, I mean, I'll give him a B as well. I get you can't really help with, or you can't blame him for the drops, but you can sure as hell help him with that. I mean, yeah, I'm impressed with it. I wouldn't really fire him. I would obviously probably give him another year unless, like, I don't know, unless you can get Dan Campbell. I would hire that man in a heartbeat to teach tight ends. It'll never happen, but I would hire that man in a heartbeat.
Jory?
Now, I'd give him a B because Ertz, when he actually got passes thrown his way, did good. Now, most of that was probably the veteran in him, but there's still a little work that could have been done to help him get through with the scheme and everything, coming in with a new coach, though he's probably used to that with how many he's already been in. But he did well. Ertz did what he had to do. Then he was dealt. And the coach was like, oh, Tyree Jackson, this and that and this and that. We haven't even really put him on the field. So I can't say anything on Jackson yet. But what I've seen from him from the preseason, he played very well. He was developed very quickly and did very good. And then Goddard, can't blame him for Goddard dropping the ball. That's on Goddard. And he's really helped Goddard kind of fall into a new role with a new scheme, too. But, and this isn't really on him, but the tight ends just haven't seen enough action for me to fully say some things about him.
Okay. Yeah, no, you know, I actually think he did a pretty decent job with Zach Ertz at the beginning of the year. You know, and honestly, I believe the beginning of the year is what helped us trade Ertz and get Gowan. So thank you for that. And you know, I'm with you. I can't blame him for Goddard's drops, but, you know, it seems like Jack Stoll knew what he was doing out there when he plays. You know, they all seem pretty knowledgeable and know what they're doing. So I have to give him credit for that. He seems like he keeps them on their P's and Q's. So, you know, I'll give him a B as well. And Jerry, you're right. It is hard to grade these guys because we don't technically know, you know, but I do have these guys prepared and stuff. So that's how I'm grading them on their preparation and how they've looked throughout the year. But
Preparation
I mean, yeah, that's all we really can grade these coaches on is how our players play. Because in the end, that's ultimately who they reflect as our coaches. So, so I'm interested to hear this one. Let's talk about our linebacker coach, Nick Rallis. Now, granted, we have not had the most talent at our linebacker core for quite some time. It is our weak part. So you can only do so much with what you have. But how do you guys feel Nick Rallis is done with our linebacking core, and what do you grade him?
I give him an A, man, because what he's done with T.J. Edwards is lights out. You know, not just him, but Davion Taylor. You know, I mean, getting him to where he was at. I mean, he was just an athlete when he came in. You know, or athletic or whatever. You know, and getting them prepared to strip the ball. Just be ball hawks. It's been good, man. Definitely good. So. Give him an A, for what we have.
Okay. Jordy?
Now, I don't know what they're doing out there, and I don't know if the mic picks that up.
No, you're good.
Good. I'm glad it doesn't, because I got and they can be loud sometimes. Because they also have a gong out there, but right now...
Wait, why do you fucking have a gong?
It's a mini gong that's got a Michigan logo on it.
See, I thought he said gun. Not intrigued.
No. Gotcha. I got one in here, and we've been going back and forth all night, but...
The gun or the gong?
Gong.
Yeah, you gotta shoot your neighbors, huh?
I will.
They give me a reason to, I will.
Fucking
Trust me, I have multiple. But with the linebackers, I mean, I got to give them a B because they've definitely progressed, but they also haven't put the young guys in enough of a position for me to say, yeah, that's concrete enough where he's gotten them there. I think we can see more from them and see that they're even better, but it's just the way they've shifted them around has seemed a little weird. And kind of, they've tried so many different combos, and I'm like, just pick one. We know the couple that work, pick one.
Couples, eh?
Golden night, Papa.
This is why I'm never invited to things. And I swear I'm not copying Jerry, but yeah, I'm gonna give him an A as well. With how bad our linebackers have been for many and many of years. This is the damn best we've looked. Davion Taylor shows promise. TJ Edwards shows promise. You look at guys in the draft of like Nakobe Dean, Devin Lloyd, the fucking guy from not Peyton Smith. What the hell?
Penn State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why the fuck I said Peyton Smith. Anyways,
yeah, we know who you're talking about. You're good.
Peyton Smith or the linebacker? No,
The linebacker.
Yeah, you got all those guys, and you just got to wonder what all they're gonna do with it. So yeah, linebacking. I see more promise than reason to bitch about it, which we haven't been able to say that in years. So yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree, man. I'm with Jordy. I think I'll give him a B as well. I think B is a good grade for him with what he had to work with. You guys have made it known. I want to see more of Sean Taylor too. I know he's been injured this year a lot, but I believe he's going to have a pretty good career as well as long as we use him. And another person in our linebacking core that intrigues me a lot too is Gerald Avery. I actually really like Avery at linebacker.
Avery's nice.
So, yeah.
Nice.
So, do you guys think we bring him back?
I don't
know, man.
I've said no. Whenever asked previously, I have said no.
I might because he's starting to play better now.
He is definitely playing better. I will give
for
you that,
depth.
Yes.
I mean, you could definitely bring him back for depth.
Depth.
Wow,
yes.
what? Sorry,
Yes,
somebody just got
yeah.
hit with something.
Huh?
Somebody just got hit with something over there. Don't ask.
I'm gonna
It's
hit
chaos
somebody
tonight.
in a second.
What was the question?
It's probably a Roman candle in the asshole.
No. That would be less destructive right now.
Well, what kind of family type shit you guys do on New Year's?
Don't worry about it. They're just like 16-year-olds in adult bodies.
Well, if you're telling us, we definitely want to know what's going on.
Well,
Who
now
are
they
the
had a
16-year-olds?
plastic
Us
thing.
or your parents? What's happening?
Are you
So-
the adult tonight, Jordy?
Sometimes, yes.
Okay, I'll get over here.
So, you
I'm
guys
gonna
know
go
what
get
Pink Whitney
another
is?
drink.
The alcoholic drink, Pink Whitney. So they come in little containers and they put it in plastic and they put a thing on the top of it that's shaped like a hockey stick. So they have it shaped like a hockey stick. Now one of them out there is a big hockey fan, so we got him one of those. Now they have drank. There was about 6 or 8 of them in there. They've drank all of them, the little canisters, and then so the ball got knocked out in the Michigan game, and he ended up picking it back up. He didn't wait long enough to see that he picked it back up, slammed the plastic, and the plastic shattered, and some of it is now on the ground.
Ew, that's what went up the butt? Disgusted.
Don't ask. This is the kind of night I'm in for, and I'm going to be the adult. And
just
something else just got thrown.
hop on your Xbox, bro. That's all I can do.
I wish. I have
Lock
to watch
the doors.
Lock the door,
But it's
hop on the
my turn to
Xbox,
play
and
on the
play some
Xbox.
games.
If they start playing with the pucks and sticks downstairs, then I'm going to have to watch them.
You better hope that's the only thing they're playing with, otherwise you might end up with a new sibling.
Set up the cameraman. You're gonna have to put that on YouTube.
America's funniest
All right,
videos.
so who is the coach? We got very sidetracked.
We are talking about Rallis right now.
I already gave my grade on Rallis.
Well, that's who we were just talking about.
Okay. I came back. Somebody said he's dead, so.
Huh?
I don't know.
Who's
I
dead?
heard something.
Eddie White.
What?
Oh, nothing.
Hold on.
Anyway, everybody went on Rallis, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
We shat all over him.
I was about to say, that doesn't sound right.
So the next coach that I want to talk about is our defensive line coach, Rocker. Tracy Rocker. All right. What do you guys think of our defensive line, and what do you give this man?
Pass.
Uh-oh. That's no. Well, if you pass, I'm coming back to you. So, all right. Go ahead. Go ahead, Papa.
Run. Oh, I thought we were just naming plays. Yeah, I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna give him a.
You don't have to be nice,
C
bro.
minus.
You don't. Okay.
I'm gonna
Why?
give him a C minus. I don't think he should stay. I have not. Or as much as we praise our defensive line kind of sucks.
Mm.
Our front four is not producing the way it needs to be. Now we've been producing better, but we went from seeing just one person in Javon Hargrave getting all the sacks to now nobody's getting sacks to hey, we got a sack. And now it's just like now we've at least generated some pressure, but man, just I've enjoyed the linebacking core more than the D line.
Yeah, I must agree to that statement. The defensive line has kind of been a dud to watch this year, in all honesty. Jordy, how about you, my guy? How do you feel about this defensive and so forth?
Also, before I say that, BL, calm down. You guys lost to that Michigan squad.
Right? You're exactly.
Remember, the Michigan's goal is to beat you, not win a national championship right now. They did that. They're
So
fine.
what you're saying is, or not? So what you're saying is, this would literally be Ohio State right now.
No, Ohio
If it
State
were
would be getting
Michigan.
beat worse.
So
Ohio
would watch
State
what
would have
you're
lost
saying
to
there, but
Cincinnati.
at least they made it.
Yeah. But,
Yeah, Michigan stomped Ohio, dude.
yeah.
They beat them like the redheaded stepchild.
Because they
That
are.
they are.
I hate Ohio State, man. I do.
Ohio State sucks.
But yeah,
I don't even know what the score is, so it doesn't really matter.
but yeah, Rocker.
I don't either.
I gotta say C+ because this defensive line's struggling. But I will say this: the young guys do look very good, and
Who
when
dropped the soap?
Sounded like the beer.
it wasn't me. But when Fletch said that he felt like he was out of position, and I think that could have translated to a lot of the other guys, because when he speaks, usually
All right,
he's
Shaggy.
not speaking for only himself. But
What?
It wasn't me.
I'm ashamed that it took me that long.
But when Fletch said it feels like we're out of position, and I think he was speaking for everybody there. I think that's part of the reason they're not getting pressure and sacks at times, and I think part of it's a scheme and a coaching problem more than it is players at times, because Fletch as a veteran shouldn't be doing this, and I don't think it's entirely on him. Hargrave's getting doubled now, and that's taking him out of the game. The young guys are stepping up, but not to the extent to cover the gap that's being left.
So are you saying that it was part of the scheme or Jonathan Gannon was calling for our defensive ends to cover?
Yeah.
I hope not.
I hope not too.
Didn't
I
they
don't
do that
know.
at one point? Trying to
already
cover
done
Yes.
this for
screens?
Gannon,
They were
but-
trying to cover passes. Like,
Yeah.
they were in pass protection.
Well, I know
Like, what's that?
there are some defensive schemes that do pull tight defensive ends out to cover the flat.
Yeah, but
I mean, there
unfortunately, it's
is
not built for that.
scheme.
But they were trying
Yeah,
to
I
cover
know.
passes, dude. That was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
Our
like
4-3
I
is not built
understand
for that.
flats, but no,
That's built
no,
for more
we're
of
not.
a 3-4 defense.
Yeah, we're not even close to being built that way. And that's what I was going to ask you before Jerrylee goes here is so you scheme thing. Would you say that's a rocker scheme thing, a JG scheme thing, or literally both of them just can't get on the same page together?
It might be a same page thing. It might just be Gannon's not scheming it right. I mean, it could be a lot of things we don't know that are just behind closed doors that we won't know. But honestly, I think it's a mix of both, of not on the same page and the wrong scheme. But I don't know.
Because
Failure.
I got to ask, when your defensive line isn't producing, does that fall on the defensive line coach at that point, or does it fall on the defensive coordinator? Because the defensive line coach is supposed to, throughout the week have his guys ready to play, and well, JG ultimately does it all. But I mean, who do you really put it on?
It's on both. I mean,
That's
both
what
have
I'm
a hand
saying.
in it.
Yeah. They both got their hand in the cookie jar. And that lid's shutting on that bitch. Y'all suck.
Go ahead, Jerry. What do you think then?
Well, it hasn't been good, so I give him a D. That's just my take on it. I don't think he's done that good of a job.
Yeah.
I mean, he's done okay with Milton, but he's just a good talent, and I don't know, man. It just hasn't looked good, Not enough to give him a C, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. I do. I might be there with you. I might be at a D as well. I actually expected, I don't even know why, but I expected a lot more out of Derek Barnett this year. Maybe because it was his contract, go his ass off and play for one, but he just never, ever, ever, ever showed up, man. Ever. And it's quite sad, but I mean, in all honesty, Rocker hasn't had the best rotation that we've had in the past either. I mean, he lost BG at the beginning of the year. Our left side has been weak all around, or right side has been weak all around, just because Barnett is truly trash and Sweat can only do so much. And that leaves all the pressure on Hargraves and Cox. And guess what? You can double team them and know you'll be fine on the outside. So It sucks, man. It really does. I got to give him a D. I can't put it all on him, but I can put some of it. So my next one then, and this is my interesting one here too, is what do we grade our DB coach, Wilson? Now,
I definitely give him a B. I mean, because it seems like he's gotten these guys, in the right position. I mean, you could tell Gannon was calling them off. You know what I mean? Like in the scheme, you could tell it was his scheme that he was playing them off. But when they're in right position, they play well. You know what I mean? For the most part, Nelson just kind of, he's a rental. So, but the young guys came out, to play in some of the games in the end there, and they look pretty good. So,
yeah.
BLC, you can't use freshman as an excuse when he was literally in the conversation for Heisman. I don't know how many times we have to tell you.
Not only that, you can't use eligibility as an argument.
You still lost by 2 touchdowns. You still lost. That's like Japan saying, "Oh, we barely lost World War II." Bitch, we nuked you with the sun twice. You lost. You're done.
Wow.
You're dead. It's over.
A
Be
loss
gone.
is a loss. It doesn't matter how much you lose by. Not only that, Georgia's the best team in the country. Ohio State just sucks.
Second best team.
No, Florida's not the best.
I
Don't
didn't
go
say
there.
Florida. Just Georgia's not the best team.
Alabama's not the best either. Don't.
They are.
Alabama's on a down year. They're not the best. Don't.
Who beat
Don't
beat
open
Georgia?
a can of worms right now that we're going
Who
to
destroyed Georgia though?
Okay, Georgia's going to come back with a revenge. They didn't need to win that game. Georgia wasn't going, "Oh, we need to win this. We need to do this." They were just like, "We're in
You
either
win
way.
that
We
game,
don't
your
care."
biggest threat is out of the college football playoffs, which is Alabama right now.
So what? Now they can come back in the national playoff or in the Natty with a vengeance.
Nick owns Kirby.
It pushes them to
You
play.
don't understand though. Nick
It
owns
pushes them
Kirby.
to play. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have a better roster either. That Georgia roster's loaded.
Kirby
Bama's on the down year.
has never beaten Nick.
Yeah, watch. He'll do it. Watch. You want to put a wager on this game? Because I'll put a wager
gladly
on this game.
put a wager on this game.
All
yes.
right.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Put your money where your mouth is.
I'm sorry.
Fucker.
Wasn't this the last? I'm sorry, but didn't you also say last time that Alabama wouldn't beat Georgia? And then look what happened.
Just because I was wrong once. Hey,
What's the bet gonna be?
remember who I was right about?
I'm interested. What's the bet going to be, guys?
Remember who I was right about
Yeah, I wanna know
during
the
the draft?
Yeah.
Remember when you were right about what now?
I called Chase Claypool being a second-round pick in January before the combine of that year. I think that trumps being wrong about one football team. I'll take my chances. I think I'm going to be right.
Well, what's the fucking bet then?
All right,
Hey, let me say the
throw out a
bet.
number.
No, forget numbers. Let's
Throw
do
out
it
a
like
number.
this. Whoever loses has to wear the emblem of the other teams on their forehead throughout the next game they play.
Like a hat?
Throughout the next game.
No, like like
You
the
want them to
letter.
literally sit there and draw it on?
I don't know, man. It was just funny.
So hold on. I think I know where you're going with this. So like the next time we're both
The next time
Next
they play
time we're both,
after the
like,
game.
next time we're both in like a live something, like either
Right.
post game with Vic or something with AK.
Right.
The loser has to have like, if I win, you have to have UF written on your forehead, Jordan.
Right.
And then if
But how are you going to know?
I lose, I have to have ND written on my forehead.
But how are you going to
Yeah.
know?
Because it's going to be on a live YouTube.
It's gonna be on a live. We both hop in this. We both watch the same people. We're both.
I don't know,
either
man.
AK or
I
How are you
actually
going to know I
think
get
that-
it?
That's a good idea, though.
Or
I
Foothill
want
Stream.
to. I want to know. I want it to actually like see one of you guys lose your eyebrows. Honestly,
I have
No.
a date next week, next week. So no, I'm not shaving my eyebrow.
Yeah, he's got a date soon.
you can draw them on.
No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, the kids would love that.
I'd like to have a second date. So I'm not doing that.
He doesn't want to be seen as more crazy in your ideas.
well, that dude, the game wouldn't be for a long time anyway. That you'd have to do it.
Yeah, but how would you know if I did it?
Well, it wouldn't be till next season till they
Yeah, I
play
know, but how-
again.
How would you know if I did it?
Well, you'd have to come on the live and be like, "Look, here's my eyebrow. It's gone."
Man,
That
listen.
one I'd have to think about.
Look, man. Why don't we do something simple?
You are a grown ass man. If you make a bet, I expect you to keep that bet,
I'll keep
Yeah.
the bet.
whether that we see you or not.
I'll keep the bet. You just don't have to see me. I can send him a picture.
I was gonna say
That's-
literally.
No, but
Yeah.
other people got to.
tweet.
Yeah,
just
that's
tweet. How about
gay.
that?
No,
I mean, if
I-
you're that confident on your team, come on. Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta find something. Hold on.
Figure this bet out. Come on, man.
Don't worry, we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Just give me
this is
time.
interesting. This is interesting.
Give me time. Let me do a little research, then I'll get back to you.
You got to figure out if this team's gonna win or
Well, I'm
not.
gonna tell you, Georgia's gonna too.
I was gonna. How about this? We
No,
do.
Georgia's gonna win.
No, how about this for the bet? Face tattoos, like we get a Sharpie and we just draw all over our face. I'm talking like triangle, like we're the last Airbender. I'm talking like Post Malone style.
He's ready to go.
With permanent marker?
No, not permanent
No.
marker. Like if I go in the shower or whatever. No, but you have to sit through an entire live stream with it on.
Yeah, I like this idea.
Well, I have to be seen in the stream with it.
Yeah,
And-
Yeah,
listen,
that's
hey,
the fucking point.
Hey, and also on this, let's make it even more interesting.
we're not shaving our
The
eyes.
person that has to draw, the person that has to draw what the other person
I was
who
gonna
is the
say,
winner.
we
says
give
on their
suggestions.
face.
That's
We
a
give-
bad
You have to
idea
tell
because
me.
I know what he's gonna tell me to draw.
A dick.
What are you worried about though? What are you worried about though?
Yeah, you're
We're
gonna
just
win.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what Jerry's gonna have. Everybody in the live stream gets to say
Just
one
drawing
thing.
on your face. I mean, it's not like I'm asking you to take a load to your face or anything. You're just drawing on your face.
Yeah, it's not like you're smoking out of a dick or anything.
There's a reason no one sees me.
Yo, this is actually funny. AK,
Wait,
I had a
there's a reason
had a friend
to
once.
tease you because you smoke out of a dick.
No.
Hold on. No.
What?
I had a friend once, and they had this like fucking bowl, and it was shaped like a dick, and they had it packed, dude. And there was no way I
That's
was gonna
crazy.
smoke that fucking thing, dude. I was
I
like,
don't gotta
I
buy it.
can't. I just
I
can't.
want it.
I just
I would
couldn't
not.
do it, dude. I was
Sounds
like,
like-
there's no way I could lower myself to do that.
Sounds like something I would
I
buy my
wouldn't.
buddy as a joke.
Well, it was a girl that had it,
I
and
wouldn't even buy my buddy that for a joke.
yeah, it was a girl that
A guy
had
buying
it. And,
another dude a dick is wrong. We'll just put it out there.
yeah, and it was my buddy's girlfriend too, and I was like, dude, how do you? I can't even watch you smoke that, dude. Like that's so fucked up.
That's great, dude. You know what's honestly crazy, bro? Is I've never seen one like that before, ever. And I've been into a lot of smoke shops. I've never seen one. So
Yeah,
props
it
to
was-
wherever
it-
they found that. That's
yeah,
awesome.
it was like a pink dick, dude. I was like, fuck, I couldn't do it, dude. I was like, this is fucked up.
He's a bigger man than me, man.
Yeah. I was like, you can put it in any other pipe, just not that one. Come on, man. Yeah.
Oh shit. Yo, y'all really hit LSG here. He's still talking about this.
Yeah, like he ain't gonna let it go.
Ohio State never beat Florida, so you know.
Oh.
All right, so we got our bets now, I guess. So, anybody else want to participate in this bet?
What do you mean? We didn't shake on this yet. We got to figure out
No
exactly.
shit.
How
where
the
New
fuck
York-
are you gonna
Going all the way
shake?
up there?
How the fuck are you gonna shake online?
Yeah,
He don't show himself. He doesn't show himself.
that's true. Yeah, but here's the thing. Yeah, I'm gonna.
He
draw
probably
my
looks
face
like
and
a
then
skinny
show
gay
myself.
guy.
No, I don't. Wow.
No,
AK
listen,
knows what I
no,
look
listen, listen.
I'm just kidding.
I've
man.
seen Jordy. I've seen Jordy personally. He doesn't. No, he actually looks like a Blues Brother. To be honest.
I do. I got a story with that.
Jake or Elwood, dude.
Yeah.
Are you Jake or Elwood?
Which one, the short one or the tall one?
Elwood.
He's Elwood.
Oh, you're
He's
Elwood.
Elwood.
All right.
I got a joke that goes with that. Actually, a story.
I'm on a
too.
mission from God.
Yeah, I got a story that goes with that.
Yeah.
You kind of sound like him.
Yeah, do you want to hear the story? We got time for that?
Good.
Story.
So, I've always been a big Blues Brothers fan. Like,
Who
as
is
a
it?
joke, I'd go
Yeah.
to my buddies all the time and start playing the music, and they'll always know it's me, because I'm the only one that'll do it. But one year I was like, oh, I may as well dress up as them for Halloween, because I got bored. And lo and behold, we got the stuff together, we did it, walked around, half the people didn't know who I was. I was like, dude, I look just like him, and still nobody knows. Half the people didn't know, but the people who did know, I was like, well, these people know what they're talking about. But I was walking around, and I think I still may have a picture. It was eerily similar, and I can't pull it off anymore. If I can, I have to shave my beard, and I won't do that.
You don't even sound like somebody that would have a beard.
I do. I had to shave it for Christmas. I'm so mad. I had to
What
shave
does that mean?
Wait, why did you have to shave for Christmas?
because it was super long.
So
I wasn't gonna go there with it looking untrimmed, and I looked like a homeless guy.
Then just trim it. Don't
Go
you don't need
where?
to
I
shave
know.
it
I
all
did
off.
trim it. I had to cut at least half of it off.
Oh, I thought you meant like you just had no beard anymore.
No, I had to cut like half of it off.
so is one half facial hair, the other half not? Like,
No, I had to cut like half of the total length of it off. Not
Is one half braided, the other one clean? Smooth?
yo, that would be awesome. Jordy, this is what I want you to do, bro. I want you to go into the bathroom, shave one side of your head all the way off, shave half of your beard off, and then walk over to your parents and be like, hey, now you got two sons. Talk to them this way and then talk to them this way.
That is a great idea.
I don't know what I
that's
with this shit.
Wow.
Yo, if you do that, send
where
me a
did this
clip of it.
go?
I want to definitely
Oh,
see how that turns
If
out.
I do that, I'm saying I am 100% sending you a picture.
Do it.
Whenever I have to go for whenever I'm having to do the clean shave, I'm gonna do the exact. I'm gonna shave half of it off and just send the pic.
Wow.
Right? Yeah, just shave half of it off, send the pic, and then shave the other side off.
Yeah.
I'll
just
walk
be like,
around
hey,
with
what's
half
up? I
shaved
think
and
this
half
is
not."
good. Jordy,
Rawhide.
just only face my body this way. Just only face this way.
Turn left and be like, you won't like me when I'm angry.
If I walk
You
into
won't
my
like
classes
this. You
like
won't
that,
like
and
the
I
other
take
side of me.
90 seconds to breathe.
What,
My
you gotta
teacher's gonna look at
start
me and go, "What
something?
did you do?"
Dude, go into your teacher and be like, fuck you. Be like, yo, I'm sorry. That was my brother.
I'm sorry. That was the. That was
I
the
wouldn't
other
do
me.
that.
That was the-
My-
That was the other half of me that I can't control.
Talk to the face.
my teacher will probably be like, "Really driving you that crazy?"
That'd be
Just-
awesome.
No, next time, whenever you meet somebody new, they're just gonna be like, "Why did they call you Two Face? You wouldn't understand. You wouldn't get it."
I'm thinking about that now. I'm really thinking about that.
My name is Shim.
You fight. It's like you fight someone and then you turn your face the other way. It wasn't me. It was him. He did it.
You're right.
No, that would be dope, dude. No lie. If somehow, some way, you could completely like do it to where you could have a hat half and half, a shirt half and half, shave your face, have one side Notre Dame, the other side Eagles, and have like it all split right down the center. You know what I'm saying? That'd be a cool
Somebody did
costume.
that with
gonna
somebody did that with Tampa Bay and New England whenever Brady came back. They
Yeah,
had
I saw
like
that.
the one
Yeah.
New England and then the two was Tampa Bay.
Yeah, no, that's
It
cool.
looks
But I'm talking
stupid
like
as hell,
finish
but
the
they did.
ensemble though. But
Man, fuck that.
what are they playing now?
What do you mean?
That he's so angry.
Thought he's just yelling because Michigan's DBs are struggling. I don't know what he's really yelling at.
Oh,
Right now.
Yeah, last I checked, it was 34-3.
Hold on one
I
sec.
thought they were still playing a game.
Hey!
Yeah, it's called life.
Pocket bull.
I wonder what they're gonna say to that.
Did he just yell at his parents?
Did
He
you
just
just
yelled,
no.
"Ah!"
know?
That's when we just hear. That's when we just hear.
Or you're
And
just
then
gonna
I
hear a
didn't
big
do it.
ruckus?
No,
I
in
didn't do
Bob,
it.
no, and she just starts beating him with like his.
I didn't do it.
flip-flop
Yeah,
or
you're
whatever.
gonna hear a big
Hey,
ruckus.
this is
in
Jake.
his
This is
room.
Jordy.
Hey,
We're just gonna
it
hear a
went
12
quiet.
page just.
It went quiet.
Pretty soon, you're gonna start hearing things go in his room and shit. Like you hear him scream.
Clunk in the night. Clunk in the night.
All of a sudden, I'm gonna hear somebody hitting the floor of my room from my basement.
No, I'm telling you, you're gonna hear a 12. You're just gonna hear a 12 gauge sound, and we'll know.
Bye, Jordy.
Bye bye, little birdie.
They're gonna start shooting up through the floor.
Hey,
So they're gonna
I
get
know.
high through the floor,
hey, I quieted people down. I'm happy.
shooting up through the floor.
Jordy,
They're gonna
Jordy
get, they're gonna
always
get high
wanted a
through the
floor light in his bedroom.
I always wanted a heated floor.
I was gonna say, there's an easier way to get down to my basement.
Wait a second. Are they who are they rooting for down there?
Michigan.
Are they Michigan fans?
Yeah. One of the people I have over is a Michigan fan. Yeah.
Yell down Michigan sucks as loud as you can.
Watch, I'll do it. Watch.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Hey, Michigan sucks. I have a feeling when I go out there, they're gonna respond to that.
And you're gonna get raped.
As soon as you go out there, there's gonna be a firing squad.
Just make sure to shave one half of yourself. That way, it's only one half of you that gets tortured.
Only beat up this side. This is my clean side.
Make sure the side you don't want tortured is face down in a pillow,
Make
so
sure
you
you
can't
don't-
witness what's
Yeah.
going on.
Oh man, you just call him a pillow biter.
Just go in the next day. What happened to you? I beat him up.
I'm
You
kicking my
wouldn't
ass. Do you mind?
Kicking my own ass.
No, what you do is one side just like insult somebody, be like, "Hey, fuck you," and then they're like, "Who said that?" Or the guy turns around and goes, "What?" And then you just go, "Who said that?
Not me.
Who said it?" I mean, I don't know. People nowadays, man, they're crazy.
All right, man. Well, this is the very last person I saved for last, and you know, why not? But our head coach, Nick Sirianni.
Man, fuck
You know?
that bitch.
Man, there's a word I want to say, but I can't say it because we gonna get demonetized. But you know what I'm saying.
I give him an
No,
A,
don't.
man.
I
I
can
gotta give him
imagine.
an A.
Okay, you know what?
I'm definitely giving him an A
If this
because
was the Holy Gator, he would have said it. We would have been demonetized, canceled, and taken down.
Luckily, you're not monetized already, so you're good.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, luckily it's not my channel.
Trust me, yours will be connected soon.
Bitch, I don't got a channel. What do you think I don't?
Yeah, you do.
So I'm giving him an A for asshole. It took him so long to run the ball, but no, he turned it
You could
around.
be like giving him an A for asshole because I hate him.
He turned it around, gave us a reach around. So
Asshole or
Well, you know, a little tug of war. But yeah, so looks like we're crossing over the finish line here, getting into the playoffs. So yeah, you know, we got to give him some props there, man. I mean, Andy Reid didn't do that his first year, so give him some props. And he's won the most games out of the new hired coaches. Well, about to be anyway. So
Yeah,
very true.
I'm gonna give him an A plus. There was a tweet I saw earlier that I retweeted, which was I would love to do cocaine with Nick Sirianni because I feel like that would just be an experience. Yeah, I mean he's turned this around. He's turned everything around. Oh God, it's Slay. Well, now I can't say the word I wanted to say. Otherwise, he's gonna be offended. But yeah.
Little faggot!
I wasn't gonna go with that word, but you right.
Yeah, I'm just come back and
You better run, you little bitch.
Dude, I was just kidding, man. I just ran him out. Yeah.
all right, I'm back.
Yeah. I'm just kidding, bro.
Let me get a better introductory.
That was a better introduction. Yo, here's the myth, the man, the legend. Big play Slay.
Yo, Slay,
No,
did you ever get that
little
hole working
faggot.
like you said you wanted to the other day?
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
Yeah.
You ain't even hear that.
Happy New Year. No, but
Happy New Beer.
Oh, that reminds me.
I need
New
another
Year.
one. I need new beer.
Where the fuck were? Oh yeah, Nick, Jordy, go.
Yeah.
Wow, that joke really missed. Every time I tell a joke, I always think it's gonna miss.
Hey, you know what? When you have a kid, you can just tell him that he's another one of your jokes.
I heard.
Yeah.
So I heard Papa Sword talking about him and Nick Sirianni taking cocaine together. I'm like, what the hell, y'all?
Yeah, tell me that wouldn't be a fun experience, bro. Doing cocaine with Nick Sirianni.
That's fucked up,
Where
dude.
did you get cocaine from?
Yeah.
Or in
Who-
AK's case, he can do Skittles with Nick Sirianni. I don't care.
Oh no. Mm-mm.
You wouldn't share your Skittles with anybody.
No. I'll share my shrooms with him, but not my Skittles.
You'd
Nah,
definitely be
he'll bring his
tasting the
own
rainbow
supply,
then.
Right?
He'll bring his own supplies. You ain't got to worry about it.
All the better, man. Saves me money.
Yeah.
Him and his rich bitch self. He should be buying me the shit.
Right. Listen, he's probably.
I'll bring the
asleep
party
now. He said
favors,
he ain't
bro.
staying up till
Hey,
midnight. for
if
this.
Percy
I can
Harvin got away
respect
with
that.
doing weed the whole time he was in the NFL, anyone can do it.
About Urban Meyer, what?
No,
Right.
Percy Harvin got away with doing weed.
Hey, don't be
Just
dissing
gotta be
Percy
smart
Harvin.
about it.
You don't
He
do
got-
weed.
He did it.
You don't do weed. You smoke
Yeah.
weed.
Whatever. Same thing.
I'm surprised you didn't get
Well,
caught.
I mean, unless you're in Harold and Kumar and your fucking 1 pound bag has a mouth.
Okay, but you
Right.
know, Roethlisberger's been doing women his entire career, and he's still here. So you know,
These guys are too young
Each
for
their
that, I
own.
take it.
No, he's doing rape cases. That's what he's doing.
Wow,
I
it got
swear,
quiet.
I can.
anyway,
I can't tell
Slay,
jokes
little
anymore.
bitch. What do you want to say?
I don't know about doing that with him, but some E-bombs with him would be pretty cool.
What'd you
About
say?
doing what?
What
Okay.
do I gotta do?
Some E-bombs.
Well, I can tell you right now, my guy, I am never getting a Dare advertisement on this channel.
Hey,
You gotta wonder. What would
How
like,
dare you?
is Dare really still around?
you gotta wonder.
I
what
don't
would be
know,
like-
is it? I'm not
I
even
have
sure.
no idea.
Maybe
I
not
gotta
because
ask,
they
though.
passed the marijuana laws.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Did they have to rewrite the Dare program now? Because back when I was a kid, they were like, don't touch marijuana. Drugs are bad. Marijuana's bad. And now it's legal in almost every state. It's like, yeah, do you guys preach that still?
That's because they didn't listen to the advice of Towie from South Park. Right?
Drugs
That's where
are
this all
bad.
started.
AK, they would only say that to like,
They should have quoted Lawrence Taylor. Don't smoke crack.
yeah.
And
that
again,
would-
he also,
They didn't listen to Steve.
you know how it ended after that.
He kept yelling, "Stay off the weed," and they just didn't listen to him.
Bro, I'm so tired of the weed shit, man. Like, it's not a performance enhancer in any
It's
means.
not.
I mean, if anything, it makes you more lazy than anything.
Yeah, it
Like-
calms your nerves.
Yeah. Like,
I
I'm
gotta say,
sorry,
though,
but if
Shadow
I'm smoking
Josenko is-
weed, I'm not going out lifting weights for 6 fucking hours. I'm telling you that right now.
I don't know. I know a lot of people that do.
That's
I gotta
what,
say,
no,
though,
fuck that.
It's stupid.
Ochocinco had the right idea of taking Viagra to get past the PED test. That man was on to something.
Dude, when I was going to the gym,
You also
like,
took Viagra?
yes, but
I fucking love weights,
dude, I had to lift the bar with my,
Yeah. Well, don't
He didn't want any tan lines, my guy from the tanning bed.
can't women
Think
do
about
that like the kettle bar though?
Yeah.
Can't they like grip it and just
I was trying to hide my belly button.
squatting or
I was trying a new technique to suck my own dick,
technique? Bro, you would have to remove all of your ribs to do that. Where are you gonna put them?
No, with the right amount of Viagra, anybody can do it.
Wow.
What the fuck are we talking about right now?
We went from Sirianni to this.
Well, all right,
trying to
no,
get you-
no lie. I'll give you a quick joke. You know what happens to a politician when you give him
Don't
Viagra?
talk about your kid like that.
No, no lie. Do you know what happens to a politician when you give him Viagra?
I have no idea, bro.
He gets taller.
I don't know. Ask Biden.
Hmm?
They start to
He gets-
hallucinate. No, I'm playing. That'll make sense.
Think about it. He gets
I
taller.
missed the punchline.
Fucking
I
slow
feel bad for
asses.
Lindy. He just walked into this conversation.
William Galbraith, what's up, my guy? Appreciate you, dude. Yeah, no, luckily you just got here.
Wait up, man.
Be
You guys
lucky
missed
that you
the hell
weren't
of a
here
stream.
5 minutes ago.
I don't
Bro,
know
I'm
if
sorry,
I'd
but you
call it a
can't
hell
tell
of a
me.
stream.
I'm sorry, bro, but you can't tell me throughout the entirety of like Obama's presidency, Michelle was not underneath that podium. What that man said way too many times.
Not just that, but yo,
That
he
man was
smiled
not
a lot.
focused on Chicago. He was focused on something else, bro.
Behind the curtain, you just don't know.
Yeah, man was focused on Michelle and KFC Family Bucket.
Oh man!
What?
Wow! Wow!
You guys have taken it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, that
Hey,
was bad.
imagine though, AK, wake up tomorrow and you get an email and Viagra's like, "Hey, we would love to sponsor you. You're welcome."
I don't know if I'd be offended or proud.
Hey, look, man, money is money.
yo, and not just that, Viagra's
Yeah,
expensive, dude.
I get
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it. But unfortunately, I don't
No,
need
I'm
it
not
yet.
saying like
so,
you're
I
welcome
mean,
for. I'm not saying you're welcome for
No, I know.
you
I know.
getting the product. I'm saying you're welcome for you getting the ad
You
endorsement.
don't have to explain it, my guy. I get it.
You
I
are
get it.
40, right? You are 40, right?
Fuck you.
Man, double that, 50.
Double that. How is double a 40, 50?
He ain't that
He got
Fuck out of here.
old.
Playing.
I am
I like-
33.
I think what
Oh.
was funny was
I
he
thought-
said double that, make it.
I
50.
meant to
Fuck
say
you. Do I really look that old? Holy shit. No, asshole.
maybe triple that, 63. I don't know.
Wow.
Slay, fuck off.
Well, of course, you would say that. Slay. Everybody looks old to you.
Math, my guy.
Yeah, man, you're like in your Care Bear age. Come on now.
I hope even when I get older, I don't get it.
He's probably still got Care Bear underwear.
Yo.
I mean, I've got. What underwear am I wearing? Hold up. Okay, I'm not wearing any. That's nice. All right.
Keep that shit to yourself.
What's up, Jinx? How you doing, man?
I gotta walk away a second. Y'all are fucking me up.
We're trying to get that ad revenue.
Man, don't add me to that. You know you're just walking away to smoke that bowl.
Right. I gotta get away from this.
Yeah.
If you hear any high pitched noises, that's just somebody blowing into a beer bottle.
Who's blowing? What?
Yeah, I
Whoa.
mean, I could see why, Jordy.
No, somebody's just blowing into the top of a beer bottle out there, and I can hear it clearly.
Somebody say
Yeah.
blow.
Is it a Michigan fan? I'm assuming
Yes.
it's that.
If you can't hear them yelling right now, they've stopped doing the beer bottle thing for 2 seconds.
If they stopped doing the dew, Mountain Dew would be pissed.
No,
I'd be fucking pissed. What are you talking about?
he likes the do.
And he's back.
Doo-doo.
Yeah, dude. You know, Mountain Dew would go bankrupt without me. I'm telling you that right
They
now.
should sponsor you.
That's honestly how I feel about Dr.
Yo.
Pepper. I feel like Dr. Pepper would go bankrupt.
AK
without
is
me.
like the only dude I just see drink Mountain Dew every single time I see him. Like
That's
yeah,
all I fucking drink, dude. The moment I wake up, Mountain Dew touches my tongue. Right before I go to sleep, Mountain Dew touches my tongue. Like I always am drinking Mountain Dew all the fucking time.
You can't
I drink
sponsor
about
And each
two
their
six.
own.
I drink about 2 6-packs a day. I think.
You got 2 kids, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
heard that
gonna
shit
lie.
lowers your sperm count, so that must be a
Yeah.
lie.
That's. Yeah,
Oh,
I
it's
was gonna say,
totally a
doesn't it like? I don't know.
I'm
Seems
not
like it
gonna
does
lie,
something to
man.
your
Mountain
dick.
Dew is so overrated, man. Like, I'm not even. I'm playing. I'm
What'd you
playing.
just say? What'd you just say?
You said Mountain Dew's overrated.
Don't go there, because
I'm out.
AK's not gonna be the
Why,
only one that's gonna say something.
What the fuck did you just say?
He's not the only one.
You little bitch! I see you down there, fucker.
Take it back right now.
Dew is underrated. I'm playing.
You're fucking underrated.
Because I'm under. No play.
He's
Oh,
under.
wait.
He's a bottom.
Yeah, I said I'm playing. I'm playing. I think
Oh God.
Hey, you
Oh
don't
God.
gotta play, bro. You're the one that said it. Listen,
Right.
Yeah.
who am I to judge you? Okay, seriously. If you're a
Lay
catcher,
down there
bro,
getting teabagged.
no lie, bro. If you're a catcher, I'm all for it, bro. Like,
Catching. We playing. We fishing.
Oh. Yo, I gotta go, guys. This is
I tried to keep a
Been
straight
fun.
face, but I couldn't.
it's been fun, y'all. Yeah, have a happy new year.
You too.
Catch you guys.
New Year,
All right, man.
They're young.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo.
All right, Usher.
Yeah. Now I'm playing. What? What was the stream about before I got here? Like the Eagles thing.
It was literally nothing at all. It was.
I don't
It
think
started
there
out
was
as
a topic.
something that wound up into nothing. That's how fast it went.
That's
No,
what most of
honestly-
them end up.
Yeah, we honestly just graded the coaches, on their performance this year throughout the season. Started with our special teams coach and went all the way to the head coach. So,
Started from the bottom. Now we here.
got anything you want to slay, big play slay on this coaching staff? Any of them at all?
That's my favorite word. I'm not gonna lie. I would say the special teams coach, he gets like a B minus. He's okay. The defensive coordinator, I'm gonna go to him next. I'm gonna just start off with the head coach of C. Head coach, definitely A plus. DC, dang, C minus.
Lynch
D
him.
plus. I'm being generous with that. He could step it up next year if he gets actual talent around him, like better talent, just a little bit better talent. The defensive tackles coach or defensive lineman coach, I would give him a C minus because I haven't seen too many sacks this year. I mean, I've seen a couple pressures, but it's more sort of from the guys we know. Josh Sweat, Javon Hargrave. It's not like other players like Teron Jackson. I've seen him get home here and there, but he's got to coach up those boys a little better. Linebackers coach. Honestly, I think he gets a minus. I like how the linebackers coach is coaching this year. And Happy New Year's, Jinx.
Yes, Happy New Year's, James.
Yeah, but the linebackers coach, I would have to give an A minus. He's been coaching the linebackers very well. TJ Edwards is probably having his best season. Alex Singleton, he's getting a lot of tackles this year. So I would say he gets a minus at least. Or probably like a B plus or B minus, anywhere around that range. Cornerbacks coach. Honestly, I would say the cornerbacks coach. I would give the cornerbacks coach a B minus. I mean, Darius Slay is having one of his best seasons yet. You have
Yeah.
Avonte Maddox improving as the day goes by. Every day he gets better. And Steven Nelson, I mean, he's all right. He's ain't anything special. He's not like great, but he's all right. Yeah, but some of these young corners I'd like to see more. Like, Tay Gowan.
I have a feeling we're going to see him. Sorry to interrupt, but I have a feeling we're going to see him a lot week 18.
Yeah.
Because I really think it's going to end up being a battle of the backups week 18.
Yeah, Tay Gowan, McPherson. Go ahead.
We're going to see Gardner versus we're going to see Minshew versus Rush. Battle of the ages.
Battle of the two beards. No, I'm playing.
Battle of the Titans.
Yeah, but Tay Gowan, I like to see more of him. McPherson, I'm really intrigued with how he gets developed more because I think he has potential in this league. I really do think that. I think if he's more patient as a cornerback and he's not just too biting too much, I think he can be a good corner in this league. But I would like to see that next to Darius Slay, actually, a corner that bites a little more, like a McPherson type, because he wants to get the ball around them. He wants that interception. He wants that big play to happen. So the cornerbacks coach, definitely, he has to get at least a B plus or B minus. Yeah, offensive coordinator, Shane Steichen. I got to give him at least a B plus. I mean, this year, he hasn't been bad because sometimes you can see Nick Sirianni would like to switch it over to him here and there. Sirianni calls most of the plays, but Shane Steichen, he gets the input on some of his plays. And I like how he coaches up some of his guys. And he might have a head coaching job in the future. So I think Steichen's, he's doing okay. I like how he's teaching his players on the offense. I would say the wide receivers coach, Aaron Moorhead, I don't like that dude at all. Maybe he needs a possession receiver to actually develop to get Jalen going. But I would say he gets a C minus. Devontae Smith's progression and development has been amazing. But you want to see that from your first round pick. Jalen Reagor, he's been meh. Wes Watkins, I like his progression. I like how his separation has gotten this year. So I would say the wide receivers coach, Aaron Moorhead, gets a C minus to C plus. Go ahead.
Yeah, Jinx, I'm going to do a play-by-play on Sunday. I got you, bud. Now, I got to ask you, Slay, out of all these people that we have, Clay, Gannon, Steichen, Singleton, Patullo, Johnson, Michael, Rallis, Rocker, Wilson, Nick, and Moorhead, do any of them do you not want back next year out of all of them?
Moorhead, I don't want back. I just don't see any development with some of these receivers. Arcega-Whiteside, maybe a little bit, but he's still sucks.
Don't get him started on JJ.
Yeah, he's still sucks.
Don't go there. We already had the argument. Don't open that back up.
But I would like to see this team not keep Moorhead and maybe Rocker. I would like to see a 3-down defensive end for Tracy Rocker. I would keep him, but I would get a 3-down defensive end, someone that could stop the run and gets to the quarterback. Until we have that, I can't say that he should be fired. But really, right now, Moorhead is probably the only guy I want out of town.
Okay. How about you, Papa? Out of all these coaches, which ones do you want to get rid of, or do you believe at least shouldn't be here next year, if any?
Definitely Rocker. Thing with Moorhead is I kind of agree, but we've gone through so many receiver coaches that it's kind of like I don't see any benefit. I feel like we'll just say the same thing because we've gone through. This is the first time we've kept a receiver coach for 2 years in a row for like 6 years. Plus, I mean, the players really enjoy him. Like, they are really fond of him as a coach. So I don't know.
How about you, Jordy?
Definitely Rocker.
I'd say Rocker too. Moorhead, I think, deserves one more year just for a little bit of stability at receiver coach for now. Then you give him one more year to evaluate him, and then if he's not good enough, let him walk. If he's good enough, keep him. But right now, Rocker's not showing what he should. But then again, that could just be him and Sirianni, or him and Gannon not on the same page. So that situation has to be figured out before I can say for sure he's gone and should be gone. But he's definitely the highest on the list, at least.
Yeah, I'll agree with you guys there. I do have Moorhead on there. I don't think that the development between year 1 and year 2 for Watkins, Rager, and even JJ's development for that matter, or any of these guys, even Hightower, none of these guys have developed under Moorhead. I do not think highly of Moorhead, even though players like him. I don't care how much players like you. If you're not showing the production on the field, I don't want you here. It's about what's best for my players, not what's best for being a friend. I want someone here that will teach these guys the right way, the proper way to play football. And Rocker, I'm with you. I don't like what he's done. I think defensive line-wise, we've had a drastic drop in production since the last couple of years. You're right. That could be just the injuries we had with BG and, obviously Barnett not producing the way he was supposed to. But I don't know. It's hard because we're very used to having an offensive or a defensive line and a very dominant defensive line at that. So I'm not sure exactly if it is system, if it's scheme, or coach. I really don't. It's really hard to pinpoint it right now, at least for the defensive line part.
Yeah, I mean, Rallis, I think he definitely deserves a couple more years. He's developed some of those guys really well. Could be just
I agree.
Yeah, but go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, that's all I was going to say is I agree.
Somebody go.
Now I was just gonna say that I feel like Gannon right now, just based off of what I've seen, I feel like he's more sort of a positional type of coach. I think he has the tools to become a defensive coordinator. I just don't think he's right there yet. And that could be because of the lack of talent around him. He has Slay. That's really his best player on the defense. Cox is declining as the day goes by. I mean, Cox is still Cox. He still gets his pressures and whatnot. But age is really starting to catch up to him. We have maybe another year of Brandon Graham. And Steven Nelson, he's hit his age point. And then you have a couple guys on defense, you could say. They're young guys like Hargrave, Epps. I would say McPherson. Some of those guys are very young. Edwards, Singleton. That can be there for the future. But right now, you can only say those are some depth players. Except for Hargrave. Hargrave is a starter, 100%. But some of those guys can be depth pieces on starting caliber teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree, man. It's crazy, and I hope we fix that situation because I miss having a dominant defensive line. I think we all do. So let's get down to our game here in 2 days. What do you guys see with this Washington game? How do you feel it's going to turn out? what's your prediction for the game, and whatever else you want to talk about that has to do with it. Jordy, you go first, my guy.
So, when it comes down to this team going against Washington, they're coming into the week. Now, those teams are always tough, but especially if they're division opponents. But Washington's still kind of battered. COVID is starting to leave them alone now. They're getting guys back, but I think they just had a couple of guys land back again on COVID. And it is what it is. I mean, with them coming out of this game, they're still weak. Their defensive line has not recovered to be how good they were at the beginning of the season. Their defense still struggles. Their offense still struggles. They don't know exactly what quarterback's going to be the full game, or even for the full game if there is one. And right now, I think they're at a disadvantage, even though it is a divisional game. And I don't think they can come back from that with how Philly's built right now, and with the way we're cruising, and with the playoffs blooming. This team's going to want to win. And they're going to have the push to win. So that's what they're going to do. Washington's a tough team, and somebody's blasting something out there. Jeez. You probably can hear it. But the Washington's a tough team regardless, but we're a very tough team also. There's a reason we're in playoff contention. So we'll see what happens, but we're very talented, and we can definitely win it easily.
Papa?
Yeah, I think they've lost. I know they lost Antonio Gibson. It looks like Howard's playing, so we're getting healthy. They're still getting injured. I know Heineke still has that knee problem, and Washington's already been falling apart at the seams. I know Dallas, that Dallas game right there just showed you they're falling apart. They've lost the season already. They've lost all hopes for anything playoff wise. They're looking for pride at this point. We've got much more. We got much more to win for. We've got more fight in us. We've got what's its face? Yeah, more fight in us. We've just got better goals. So we should be able to come out and get the job done.
What's up, Jenks? How you doing, my guy?
They got it real. Hello. You know I'm a pro with this. I got it stick. I got it stick. Ain't no controlling this. I do it laser. You didn't even notice this.
Kick the dude off. Bro. I don't know why you didn't kick him off as soon as he got here.
Can't hear you, man. Bad idea trying to come on at a party. It ain't gonna happen. I can't hear nothing.
I don't think that was Jinx. I don't think that was the actual Jinx.
Well, if it wasn't, oh well. Hey, Coach Dante, what's up, my guy?
What's good?
All right. This dude's gonna talk about my Lakers, so I gotta head out.
I ain't gonna talk about your Lakers. I'm not for worried. Focus on the Lakers. Just embarrassed from what I watched, the 2 games that I watched. So I'm not. Yeah.
Like, what's going on, though, Dante?
What's up, man? How y'all doing today?
Happy New Year's, man.
Happy New Year's to y'all, both of y'all, all 4 of y'all on this battle, man.
Yeah, Happy New Year's, bud. Happy New Year's, Miss Bird Gang 31. Appreciate you for stopping in. Thank you so much.
That's the GOAT right there, Miss Bird Gang.
So I got to ask you, Coach, you're just getting in here. We went through and, we kind of did an assessment of our coaches this year, and we kind of graded them real fast on their position and how well their positions have done so far this year. If you would like to go through them real fast, I can spit them out, and you can just grade them and give me a quick answer why, if you want.
Okay.
All right. So I'll start out with you with our special teams guy, Clay. How do you feel he's met?
I think he's been fine. I think special teams been pretty much okay. I think it's kind of been up and down. I'm gonna grade the special teams. I'm gonna grade it a C. I'm gonna grade it like a C because you don't see too many balls run out of the end zone. You don't see all that anymore. You don't see too many punt returns. And every time Rager gets the ball, he go backwards. I'm gonna grade the special teams a C, just because I don't see them too much. I don't see the returns running too much, and then I mean, special teams sometimes it's a big part of the game, especially flipping the field position. The only thing about that, we got a pretty good, okay punter, and he knows how to punt that down football and put teams in difficult situations. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with a C on that one.
Okay. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I hear
What?
you with the returning. I don't know. I also don't think I gave my grade for this because I also came in a bit later. I would have just gone with B just because of like with special teams. I include definitely the return wise for us. We're not good at. I agree, but defending the return, we're pretty darn good at because we've gotten some blocked punts and we have forced the ball out. I mean, Sean Bradley is just a monster on special teams.
Okay.
I mean, that's
I
kind of
also
just
throw in my boy TJ Edwards in that.
yeah, and him too. But yeah, I don't know. That's my opinion. Nothing against yours. I agree with the return.
I mean, we all have different opinions, man.
No, I know, but I
I
agree with the return absolutely. And I gotta wonder though, because when Rager muffed the punt and then he just picked it up and ran because he had no time to think. Is that just his problem? He's thinking too much. He's thinking, how can I turn this into a big play rather than just all sensors are on fire, just go? Because we saw with
that could be because every time he always run backwards when he returns a punt instead of going forward. He always run backwards and try to get a big return. It's not all about that. It's about and you just get what you can get basically. He doesn't do a good job of that.
And that's what I'm saying. I gotta wonder if that's his main problem. He's thinking too much. He's trying to think, how can I turn this into a big play rather than just go? Because both times, again, last year in Green Bay when we saw him get that touchdown, he muffed the punt and he was like, all right, I've got the ball. I just got to run now. I don't got time to think. Against the Giants when he got that big run, I muffed the punt. I don't got time to think. I got to wonder if that's his problem. That's one of his problems. He's thinking too much with his returns.
Well, hey, man, I hope he gets it going quick because I'll tell you what, the way Jordy thinks, JJ is going to be back there soon getting punt returns.
I didn't say he was going to be taking returns. Yeah, great. JJ is going to be taking returns.
Did you not see me smile? I know.
Don't open that can of worms.
I'd give it to Gainwell.
With what's going on out there, I'm so glad I'm happy I'm not out there. But I will still... tonight's not the night for this. Tonight's not the night for this.
Yes, it is.
I'm getting to that point. I'm getting hyper, and I'm going to start talking a lot faster than that.
Just so you've missed Dante, Jordy's got his JJ fanny pack.
You're lucky you can't see the face I'm making right now. What I'm doing to the camera right now.
You flicking me off
look like this?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh shit, that's funny, man. No, I totally agree with you. That is one thing that has really bugged me about our special teams this year is I've never seen us let so many punts go before. Usually we grab them and we try to run. Lately it's been, we let it bounce and then it bounces to the 2 and they recover it. And it's like, that's just shitty field position right off the bat. How many times have we been in that situation this year where Rager's just let a punt go and we've been inside the 5? Many, many times. To me, that's almost like a coaching thing. Would you guys not agree? Like he's being coached to let those balls go at that point?
Well, part of it.
I mean, it just depends. It just depends. Like if you, I mean, again, also if Rager knows he's right there by the goal line, he knows he's right there by the 10-yard line. You just fair catch the ball. You don't let the ball fall. You don't let the ball fall on the ground, especially if it's at the 20 or something like that. You just feel the ball. Don't give a chance. Don't give the ball a chance to bounce on the 1-yard line and put us in bad situations and stuff like that. So again, I I don't too much take a deep dive into special teams, but it is an important thing in the game. As far as when your team kicking and you're punting the football, field position is very, very huge, man. Field position is very, very huge in the game of football.
Yeesh.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah, I agree with you, Dante.
What the hell did you get in?
Yeah, when you join, Brody? You go out of nowhere.
Dude, he's been in here for like 3 minutes. What are you talking about?
Bro, he's joined out of nowhere.
Three of us not notice him.
This man just did instant transmission, my guy.
Big
Oh,
Boy Slide's probably just not paying attention.
Well, Jordy,
to
if
what
you take your sunglasses off, you'd see more at nighttime.
Yeah, that's true.
He's Italian. You can't do that.
I told
I
you
am
he's a true
Italian.
blues brother, man. I'm Italian too, but I ain't wearing no fucking sunglasses.
Dude, I always have a sunglasses and hat combo. They follow me wherever
I
I
know.
go.
I always had the hat part, never the sunglasses.
Yeah, the hat. I get it from my father, but I do the hat all the time. Literally, I don't think people really see me without a hat anymore. It's funny.
I used to be I still wear a cap, but I used to be like a big beanie guy. I would always wear a beanie.
There's a big beanie guy in my living room right now.
Yeah. But I feel or not feel.
I've always wanted to get one of those reggaeton hats. You know, the big
Isn't that a pasta? No, that's a reggaeton. Never mind.
That's
No.
a good idea for a hat.
yeah. I've always wanted one, man. I just don't have the hair for it. I'll have to
Yeah.
buy a wig. So, Coach, my next one, man, for you is what?
Nothing. I thought you were gonna say.
So, Coach, my next question for you is no play. Why does Houston suck? No play. Houston Rockets suck. Why does Houston Rockets suck?
Why? I don't get what was so funny about that. I said my next question is
no. I thought you were
just don't think.
In my
Just
mind,
don't think.
Think.
in my mind, something funny happened. Just don't worry
Put
about
the
it.
beer down.
The
Put the Mike's
Houston
Hard
Rock-
Lemonade down.
Mm-mm.
Florida
All
can't
right,
hurt
so
you.
anyway,
This is only 5%, bro.
Who
This
do
is
the
nothing.
Texans play next, Dante?
49ers.
49ers. Yeah, y'all play them.
Yeah, we need the 49ers to win.
So I wanted to ask you, my guy, what do you think about Singleton, our running backs coach, and what do you grade him?
I grade him. I grade. So the running game is all strong. So you talking about the running game in general, or the coaching? Like I said again, I'm gonna get a running game an A, man. I think the running game we'll top. It's a reason why we topped in the league in running the football. I think he's done a great job of this running back adjustments. Jordan Howard, Miles Sanders. I'm glad Coach Sirianni is finally giving Miles Sanders an opportunity to run the football. And you seen the frustration again early in the season when he would run the ball, he would get a big gain, and he would sometimes get emotional, throw the ball down, and he's like, "That's like, damn, give me the ball, man. Let's run this football. We can do a lot of things. We can take a lot of pressure off Jalen Hurts and stuff like that." But I'm going to go with a solid A, man. I think the running, just by us being a top running game in the league, man, I think that's been our strong point. If we don't run the football the whole year, we play like we did at the beginning of the season and not gamble and not ran the football, we'll be getting tortured and killed because, like I say, you're forcing Jalen Hurts to throw the ball more and more. And again, you can't relax his arm by not having a running game. So again, I'm gonna get a running game an A. That's a positive. Ever since Detroit, that's been a positive every single ball game. So that's no doubt an A. That's no doubt an A.
And then how about Johnson, our QB coach?
I'm kind of hard on quarterbacking. Because I'm seeing so much in and out of the quarterback. The biggest I'm gonna give it is a C plus. I'm gonna go C plus at the quarterback situation, just because the inconsistency. Like he had a great game against Washington, and then he kind of had some struggles against the Giants, but he managed to pick it up. But it's like again, it's inconsistent. You want to see him this week get off on a good start. You don't want to. We shouldn't be shut out. We shouldn't be shut out a whole first half. I mean, sometimes I question Jalen Hurts, can he read fields sometime against basic coverages? But again, like I say, again, he's going. I mean, that's something that can be worked on in the off season. Again, that's something that can be worked on. I don't know. We don't know how that front office is going to react. We don't know because they have not immediately came out and said this guy's the guy. So that leaves all of us with our hands tied. Some of us want him out. Some of us don't. And like I say, I think again, he can get better in the offseason. That's something that you can work on, footwork, seeing the field, and looking at film. That's something he can work on. But the inconsistencies of his throwing on, we know he got 10 touchdowns on the ground. But it's about can you make plays with your arm when you're dependent on, and that's what I don't kind of know yet. Can he beat people with his arm consistently? He hasn't really showed it, but I think he can definitely get better at that. So right now I'm gonna go C plus, probably dropping down to a B, So I'm gonna go C plus, but I'm dropping down. I'm gonna drop it down to a B. It depends on how he do this in this weekend or in the season. May drop it down to a B. For right now, I gotta see no more than a C plus. I gotta see more consistency with the arm. We know we getting with him out of his legs. We know that, but we got to go more with the arm.
Okay. No, I like that assessment. I really do. Now my last two for you, man, is going to be Aaron Moorhead for one and Nick Sirianni for the second one. I'll just give them to you both, and you can roll with whichever one you want first.
All right, so I'm gonna go Nick Sirianni first. I'm gonna go B plus. I think he done a great job making some adjustments. When he know he was getting on him. He heard through the media that players was getting frustrated, calling them out. He's done a great job of handling things the right way. He switched up the offense ever since he switched it up, running the football. He's been consistent at doing that now. Play calling is getting a little better. Sometimes the play calling, I think it's okay. I think it's just the execution sometimes be off sometimes by the players. So that don't mean just because this play calling ain't good. It's about execution too. As when the players got to execute the play, it can be a good play call, but the players got to execute. So it seems like it's not a good play call, but in fact, like I said again, the players got to execute the play for it to execute the play. But I said I'm gonna go B plus on Nick Sirianni. I think he made some credible adjustments. I'm gonna go with a B plus on both of them, man. I think they done a heck of a job, man. I think they done a heck of a job making the adjustments on the offensive side of the ball. I think they done a great job.
Okay. How about Moorhead?
You say who?
Moorhead.
He's the wide receiver coach.
Oh, okay. Wide receivers coach.
He's a wide receiver.
Devontae Smith is the only one kind of emerging right now. Is making some difficult plays. It's kind of hard to judge that, man. It's kind of hard to judge that receiving core. I'm not seeing improvement. I'm not seeing improvement out of Rager. Dallas got to drop a lot of passes, but he's a tight end though. You got Quez Watkins. He don't get enough opportunities. So it's kind of hard to judge just receiving core. I'm going to stop at a C. It's kind of hard because it's less opportunities. It's not a lot of opportunities that we're seeing for these receivers, man. It's not a lot of opportunities that I'm seeing. So we rely so much on the run game. We don't get a chance to see these receivers be reliable. We don't get receivers a shot because we've been so effective running the football. And when you've been so effective running the football, you're not going to see too much throwing out of Jalen Hurts or anybody. You're not going to see it too much. So I got to give that more time. I got to go A. I got to go NA. I don't know. I can't give I got to go. I don't know. I can't judge that because it's kind of hard to predict. But we know Devontae. You can't predict Devontae Smith. We know he's going to be good. But the other receivers, that's kind of hard for me.
Now, I asked him this question, and I'll ask you, and BLSG and Slay, you also can. Well, I think Slay already answered it, but BLSG, you can too. This is going to be Aaron Moorhead's third year coming up. This is his second year he's in right now, so he will be going into his third. He's had JJ, he's had Hines, and he's had Rager. This is Smith's first year, and you can truly, like you said, you can truly see a big difference between Smith and everyone else. Now, granted, that might just be off pure talent. That might be off of just what levels they are truly on, But do you believe, and BLSG, do you believe that we should keep Nick or Aaron Moorhead one more year, or do you think we can do better and try and get somebody in here who can make that major step forward for our wide receiver group?
I'll take this one first, and I think we actually do keep him one more year because I think if he can get these younger guys like Devontae Smith, but we know what Devontae Smith has, so Aaron Moorhead is using him wisely. After all, Devontae Smith is the Heisman, so you're going to expect Aaron Moorhead to possibly use the best wide receiver available. And keep in mind, this is a young wide receiver core, so you really don't have a veteran on this team that can honestly really step up and help you out. So you really have to use the young guns, and sometimes you really just don't believe in everybody else, like Jalen Rager and Greg Ward and some of these other guys, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside even. So really, at the end of the day, I would still say give Aaron Moorhead one more year, see if he learns and starts using these younger guys a little bit more. And sometimes maybe just start using other guys apart from Devontae Smith a little bit more. But still, keep using Devontae Smith. I'm just saying just use all the other options that you have too.
I mean, but that's dude. I mean, you said the key word. You just basically answered a question. You don't got no other guys who you can trust, so who you going to put off? You gonna put Arcega-Whiteside in over Rager? I don't think you would do that. I don't think you can make that move. Most of the time, it just be personnel and fit. Or sometimes you just don't have the skill level. You just don't have. I mean, Devontae Smith is talent. He's talent wise. That's clearly what it is. It's just talent wise. He's just good. He's just that good. But everybody else is just not it. Just not it right now. Right now, they're just not it. They're gonna be fine down the road. Rager is a type of receiver you can just throw screens. You can kind of put him in a formation where you can do reverses with him. He's that type of receiver. He's that type of receiver right there. He's not a possession type wide receiver, but it's just scheme fit. And it's just you don't have a deep wide receiving core either. We don't even have a deep wide receiving core. That tells a lot about your wide receiver locker room right there that you need to go and improve on. So we who else can you trust? Who else can you trust out there? You don't trust Whiteside. The only thing you trust him is his blocking, pretty much. So your receiving core is not really that deep. I mean, you can keep him for one more year. I wouldn't mind it, but it just. Devontae Smith surviving off talent alone. His talent, he's just that good. He's gonna get most of the attention on number one cornerbacks. He's gonna get most of the double teams because Jalen Hurts like to look at him and throw at him. And teams sometimes they recognize that, and then everybody else got to be able to get open. And that's just not happening right now. But other than that, you don't have a deep receiving core, so I don't think it's his fault. Just give him one more year, see what he could do.
It depends what you're talking about, though. With Whiteside, I mean, personally, I'd rather have Whiteside in the red zone. I'm not gonna say anything crazy or foolish here. I'd rather have Whiteside in the red zone over Rager because, Whiteside, all I can use him for is that blocking. But based off of what you've seen from his college highlights, I think you could just throw it up to him here and there. And at least expect them to make one catch and try to push it to the one or just run the ball or hand it off. That's what you can use him for. But he literally just wastes your team, your roster spot.
Well, see, and I made this a conversation before you guys got in here, and here we are again. No lie. It's like I told these guys earlier, and I would hope that it is this way, that if JJ is out there during practice and he's balling out, and he's making these 50-50 type catch balls, and he's doing really good work out there. He's got crisp routes. Nick would play him. He would be out there. They're going to play the best available people and the best that produce. And if he's proving that he's dependable and capable of doing that, he would go and do them, I would hope. You know? So them not playing JJ out there. Now, Jordy, on the other hand, he sits here and he just says it's just lack of them using him. But I'm telling you, there's a reason he's not being used.
Oh, no, don't start this argument again.
No, this argument started because they're here now, too, and they have a say as well. You know,
Hey, I walked away for 5 seconds and came back to this.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hey,
they brought it up. Slay brought it up.
I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it.
Personally, though, when have you seen him consistently being used in the offense for like red zone plays? You see him more on those like in your own like territory. You see him on those like territory plays. When you're in the red zone, they never use him. I want to see more of that, and that's something that never happened.
My point, though. I think they would if they truly knew they could count on him to do that.
I mean, there is a guy named Dallas Goedert on the team. That's why.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Like, everyone wants to sit there and say, oh, we're not using him enough. How do you know what he is? We never use him. Dude, because they see him in practice every day. I mean, they're the ones that know about the players more than any of us. And I got to tell you, I'm a strong believer. And truly, if I'm wrong and this is going on, that's completely fucked up. But the best players should be playing on my field. And if JJ for really is better than Rager and Watkins, then he better fucking be out there. If he's not, I have an issue with my organization at that point because you're not playing the best players. But that's what I'm saying. If they're not playing him, it's for a reason. If he's out there balling out every practice, there's no reason for him not to be out there. But obviously, to me, him not playing, him not seeing the field hardly ever is because of the stuff that he shows them during the week at practice. Obviously, he's not able to do it, or they would trust him enough to go do it. You know what I mean?
Can we remember this organization has had bad decision-making with certain players multiple times?
Listen, I give you the Poyer. I give you the Rowe. I give you the Douglas.
Hollins.
Okay? You're not fucking getting Matt Collins out of me.
You're not getting Matt Collins?
I love Matt Collins.
You should agree with me. You understand.
No, I understand the Matt Collins thing. I understand. I was really upset that we let him go. But I'm not going to sit there and act like he's a fucking 800,000-yard receiver for fucking Miami the last 2 years either. I mean, he's only putting up stats that like Rager and Watkins are doing. So what, you just want me to keep another Rager Watkins? We'll never get anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want
you want the better players. There's guys that aren't producing at their level.
Wait, at whose level?
At Rieger's level.
Yeah, Rager's not producing at his level.
There's guys that aren't producing at certain levels.
Yeah.
Fringe roster guys. Why wouldn't we invest, get another receiver, figure out something else at the receiving core, and then the guy we get rid of is a fringe roster guy. You can go to the practice squad.
Well, I hope that's what we do. I mean, that's what the offseason is for this year. I pray to God we go out and
Matt
get
Collins shouldn't have left then.
On you right now, listen, I love Mac. Okay, I did. He was a good football player. I really, really liked him. And I really am glad that we picked him up. But I'm telling you right now, Mac is not going to change your team. JJ Arcega-Whiteside is not going to change your team. Jalen Rager is not going to change your team. That's what I'm saying. You're talking about guys who literally are just like a piece of gum under Devontae Adams' shoe. Like they're no ones.
What?
You know what I'm talking about? We're not talking about Emmanuel Sanders. We're not talking about, we're talking about dudes who are nobodies. Like,
Man.
even though we know who Rager is, not many people outside of us know who Rager is. And if they do, it's because he sucks.
And he was
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but that's what kind of shocked
Minnesota
everyone
fans
too,
know
is
who
that
he
he was
is.
a first round pick. Huh?
I said Minnesota fans definitely know who he is.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Slay.
What I was gonna say was another thing with that is, I mean, over the last couple of years, we've had Doug Peterson, and credit to Doug, he is a good head coach. I think he was a great head coach with us. I mean, not great, but he was a good one. He was a good head coach, but he didn't have the best development. And I think these coaches have better development with Gannon and Sirianni and some of the guys that they've gotten. I mean, granted, there's a couple guys that don't know how to develop, but it's because some of those guys were Nick's friends. But Nick and Gannon definitely know how to develop players. I mean, I feel like if Douglas was here, he would have had proper, treatment of development with our head coaches and, the coaches that we have. Mac probably would have been used a little bit better. I think JJ, yeah, I don't know. What's the state for JJ? He sucks.
Well, and see, that's my thing. When I look at this team, dude, I see a little bit of hope for Rager. I do. I won't disagree with anybody on that. Like, if you could really get a good wide receiver coach in here, somebody who really knows what they're talking about, and somebody who has a lot of years experience, they probably could change Jalen Rager around.
Confidence.
They probably could.
He's falling,
but there's no help. What?
He's falling into the Derek Barnett category.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I don't. But see, that's the thing, though. I see it with Rager. There's flashes with Rager. Like, for instance, you brought up that kick return last week. Papa did. You see those flashes with Rager. They're there. But it's only like minuscules. They're small. So small. Everything else is so much bigger than those flashes. But I've never fucking seen a flash with JJ. Ever.
Ooh, I would say last year, I mean, I wouldn't say this was a flash, but last year when they actually used him in the red zone, there was a play where him and
that one when he caught against the double team right down there on the 5-yard line. His one throw he had almost all year long.
That was probably his best game. He only got 2 catches.
Yeah,
that's how bad.
Yeah.
Oh man, JJ.
So you want to rebuttal now, Jordy?
Yeah. So
go ahead.
I can hear him fuming.
I know. I can see it too. The smoke's
I hear the fumes. I hear the.
You're lucky I'm not on camera, else you would see something.
He's just sitting there.
Yeah, Michigan fans arguing, throwing shit at each other. No, I'm playing.
What did you just say?
Michigan fans, Georgia fans, just throwing stuff at each other.
We've already got a bet going on.
I'm playing. You go ahead.
So, JJ, you got to remember, you can't flash. You miss 100% of shots you don't take. You can't flash talent if you're never given the chance to flash that talent.
And if you're a stripper.
Okay, really? I did kind of set myself up for that, but
you walked right into that one, Jordy.
We got to remember that there's been players that the same thing has happened to. Chris Carter didn't really get much of a chance. Was let walk after a while. Look at what he turned into. Poyer, same thing. Multiple other players, same thing. They turned into talented players because they were misutilized in said organization. JJ at this point is turning into another one of those. He's falling into the Mac Hollins category, just like Rager's falling into the Derek Barnett category. And at this point, that's the whole argument. This can go back and forth all night. It's going to be like the quarterback arguments that have happened.
Bro,
I
don't get how, though, you sit there and say that people don't that he isn't showing anyone anything because he never gets to play. That's what the whole week is for. I mean, am I wrong, Dante? Please, you're quiet down there. Am I wrong about this? If I am, I'll apologize and shut up and never bring it up again. But I mean,
what it
he's
is?
Saying it had he's saying based off of what he's seen from JJ, the coaches know that he's not good, so they don't play him out there. But what Jordy's trying to say is they've never given him like a proper opportunity to like go out there and succeed and do the right things with him.
I mean,
Exactly.
if JJ,
But my thing was with him,
again,
JJ.
if you're the best player, if you're the best player on the practice field and you're getting raved about on the practice field, why you're not on the field during the game? It just obviously the coaches don't think you're better than Jalen Reagor and you're good enough to be on the field like those type of Quez Watkins. You like I say again. I mean, but at the same time, it's about opportunity, having an opportunity. I believe Jalen Reagor. I said it many times. I think I still see some good things can come out of Jalen Reagor. I don't think it can be in Philly though. I don't think it can be Philly. I think it can be somewhere else. So again, if you're the best player at practice, you should be on the field. I mean, it's no excuses. You should be on the field. You should be good on. You should be on the field. You should be getting more playing. You should be getting more playing time if you're better than Jalen Reagor and stuff like that. And coaches, like I say, they will put him out there if he is. So that's telling the coach is telling you he's not. We still have faith in Reagor. It's still something in Reagor that we see. That's why he's out there playing. That's why Whiteside is not out there playing. But at the same time, it's still all about opportunity. At the same time, it's both ways. I value both ways, but like I say, I'll take Reagor before I'll take Whiteside though. I'll take Reagor though.
Reagor
Now, Coach. Now, Coach, do you agree too that now, granted, just because he doesn't play doesn't mean he doesn't have opportunity to showcase his talents? You're a coach, you know what I'm talking about. That's what practices are.
I mean, it's sometimes that Reagor. It's sometimes Reagor plays all the time, but sometimes he hasn't had that opportunity. Like early in the season, he hasn't had that opportunity because Jalen Hurts didn't throw. Every time Jalen Hurts throws, it was either a penalty or he underthrows them. So Jalen Hurts, you can say the same thing about Reagor. He hasn't had that much opportunity, really, of balls being thrown this way too much as well. So again, man, I think Reagor can be something, but I don't think it could be in Philly. It's all about scheme and how you fit a part of the scheme, and I just don't think Reagor or Whiteside fits the scheme at all. I just don't think they fit the scheme. But one thing about it, they have way more faith in Reagor than Whiteside.
I mean, another thing with that is I love Jalen Hurts. I just don't think he's like fully polished yet. And I mean, he's only played like 1 year of football, like in the NFL. Like this is his first technical year of starting as a quarterback in Philly. I mean, last year he only played 4 games, and that's not enough like sample size for a quarterback that's only played a couple games. But Reagor, I mean, if you threw the ball like on his back shoulder in that Cowboys game where Anthony Brown had that interception, that probably would have been a touchdown. There's been a couple plays, but I wouldn't blame it mostly on Jalen Hurts because there's also confidence issues with Jalen Reagor. He kind of doubts himself too much. I feel like he's not like a person that you want in your locker room for like confidence and stuff. He doesn't have confidence is what I'm trying to say. He doesn't have any confidence at all.
Well, I don't particularly, I wouldn't say I don't like him. I do like Reagor. I just don't like the fact that he's not physical. And do you guys agree with that? Like, there has been plenty of times this year where I've seen him go for, like, for instance, there was a deep ball at the beginning of the year. Granted, it was a little bit underthrown, yes, but instead of trying to adjust and go for it, you know, he completely just kind of swatted it away, you know, so it wouldn't be intercepted. And that was what he said. He's like, I swatted it away so it couldn't be intercepted. Well, why wouldn't you just readjust, stop, and, you know, try and make a play on it?
What
like,
game?
The aggressive part is not there. I can't remember. I'll have to go back and watch. I think it was like the second game.
Oh, the Niners. Yeah. I know.
I think it was. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't really badly underthrown. Like, honestly, a number one wide receiver would have stopped, ran up like 2 yards to try and make a play on it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But he was just like, swatted it away. It's like, no, I want my guys to be physical. If my quarterback messes up, I pay you to go get it. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't see any physicality with this kid. Like it's almost like he shies away from contact as well. You know, like you saw that one play against New York when he shut his eyes, the very first pass, he shut his eyes to catch the ball because the guy was coming up on him and he grabbed him. It's like that's not cool to me. Like, first off, why are you trying to shut your eyes when you catch a ball? And two, like, dude, just catch the ball.
Open your eyes, you know.
And
Yeah,
you cannot, you can't blame that on Jalen Hurts either. That throw was on the back shoulder. It could have been a little like more, just slightly to his back shoulder, but that throw was as perfect as you can get. Like, that throw, you cannot not catch.
Just got to be more physical. I mean, that's my only knock on Rager, man. Is I just want to see that boy bully people. You know, stop letting people bully you, and I want to see you start getting big. Shove people around if you have to. Play angry. Whatever you got to do, just do something. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I understand that. I think he has to get more like, he has to have that like dangerous mentality. I think he doesn't have that mentality. When players step onto fields and courts, especially for like basketball or football, any sport really, they have that killer mentality. I mean, Kobe had it in basketball, and look what he did. I just don't think Jalen Rager has that killer mentality. He's not on, he doesn't have that mindset to go out there and, dominate or like play with physicality.
Yeah.
I don't. He has that.
Papa,
you want to take that?
Yeah, Papa, go for it.
What?
You got anything to say on that?
No, I mean, I agree. I definitely think we've seen flashes, and I'm hoping, which I'm starting to lose hope on all of that, but I'm hoping maybe if we get a rookie, if we get like a veteran wide receivers coach, we'd be able to get it, or we'd be able to get him right. Because even though like our biggest hitch has been like we're not seeing a big jump from Rager and Watkins, well, it might not be a big jump. Again, like I found out, as much as we bitch about Watkins not being used, the dude I believe the dude has like 600 yards on the season. Yes, he doesn't have a touchdown, mainly because he dropped one against Denver. That one was, oh my God, that one was so beautiful. But like, we've seen progress with Watkins slowly but surely, yes. And of course, we don't want it to be slowly. We're impatient. We want it to be fast. Give it to us now. But we've seen, hey, Watkins is improving. And we also saw him work during the offseason to improve. So I don't know. Yeah. I think with Rager, it's all mental. Again, when we saw him muff the punt against the Giants, it was no longer a let me think, how can I turn this into a big play? It was a, oh shit, I've got to go. Yeah. When we saw him with that touchdown against Green Bay, again, he muffed that punt. So it wasn't let me see how I can turn this into a big play. It was a, oh shit, I've got to go. So it's just, I'm thinking it's got to be something mental.
Yeah. And again, AK with Rager, I personally think why he looked so good in TCU was because of the defenses in the division he played in, the conference he played in. He went to TCU. I think that's the Big 12. Where the TCU. Yes. Yeah, that's the Big 12. Yes. The Big 12 defenses aren't that good. So
no, we got Texas and Oklahoma.
We've also got to remember TCU doesn't just play the Big 12.
I mean, true, but
You've also got to look at their out-of-conference games. You got to take it all in context. You got to take it in stride.
Yeah, but like most of those defenses that he played weren't good, so it was kind of easy for him to look good against bad defenses and just go one-on-one with a corner that you can easily beat with your speed. When you get to the pros, that's not going to work. You're going to have to play some physical ball, and you don't have that killer mentality. So how the hell are you going to do good in the pros if you don't have that killer mindset, which he doesn't have?
Jordy?
Well, I'll say this. It all depends on who he plays. You've got to take in context what the defense likes to do, who's on said defense, what his strengths and his weaknesses are, and who he's got on his side helping him out. You got to take it all in context between the team he was on, the team he was playing, and who he played in said seasons. Because you can play a bad team that has a couple good players, i.e. Cincinnati with Ahmad Gardner. That defense isn't great in the secondary, but Ahmad Gardner's a great corner.
Oh,
Here's
man,
another
Kobe
example.
Bryant.
Bryant's
Yep,
okay.
Kobe Bryant. Yep.
Look at Michigan. Horrible secondary, great linebackers and defensive linemen. And there's times where they'll struggle, but their defensive line anchors them. Look at Notre Dame. I mean, this was a kind of down year for them, and they struggled in the early year, but they were also playing some younger guys that are very talented on the opposing side. FSU had a lot of transfers in. I mean, you got to take it all in context. And while I don't have it up in front of me, I had to do that with Zach Wilson. And the only talented team he really played was Coastal and Liberty. And they lost to Liberty. Coastal, great team. Actually, yeah, they lost to both. Yeah, it's just you got to take it all in context. There's a reason I said Cincinnati was going to get bombed in this game, and they should have. Alabama was weaker than I thought they were, and Matthew wasn't there. If Matthew was there, they would have bombed them. They would have dropped 50. So you got to take it all in stride.
All right.
Also,
Yeah, definitely.
and I hear what you're saying, but they also didn't need to throw the ball the way they were running that ball.
I
But
mean,
yes,
yeah,
I hear what you're saying.
They should not have thrown the ball that much time. Yeah.
They didn't need to. Are you kidding me?
I mean, Cincinnati's like defense, other than Gardner and Bryant, maybe. I mean,
was gonna
Najee
say,
Sanders. I love that dude.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you.
Sanders,
They've got a great secondary. The
yeah,
rest of the
Sanders,
defense was not good, but Bryant, Gardner, and the other guy, number 6.
Najee Sanders.
Thank you. I couldn't remember his name. They're great. They've got a great secondary. They're gonna lose their 2 starting outside corners now, yes, but yeah, they had a great secondary. The rest of the defense, not so much.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like Rager's like skill set. He brings a lot to the table, but if you don't have a killer mindset, if you don't have that sort of like mindset where you are on go every time you get onto that field, then how are you going to impact the game if you just don't play with that chip on your shoulder? I mean, look at Watkins. He's playing with that, and he's doing pretty well.
Yeah. Well, listen, guys, I want to go around real fast and get everyone's prediction for Sunday for our game, and then we're going to head out of here. I'm going to get in and see the ball drop with the wife. So, Jordy, my guy, how you feeling about Sunday? What do you think the score will be? And any other thing you want to say?
So, I'm feeling good. This is a weak Washington team. They're not what they were in the beginning of the season. They're battered. They're bruised. They're limping for the finish line. They're very beat. Philly, they're on the move. They're very tough. They're battle hardened by now, and they're looking to push through for the playoffs. 2 completely opposite teams fighting to win. Philly's going to pull it out, and it's not going to be that hard of a game to win. I'm going to kill myself for a high-scoring game. No, I'm really not. I got to hit my quota. 38-24.
Now, real fast, too, and each of you answer this as well. At the end, when you're done, just yes or no. Do they make the playoffs this weekend, Sunday?
Yes.
Or we end after Sunday?
Yes, we do. Also, Michigan sucks, but Ohio State sucks worse.
Hey. You're saying that right in front of the Ohio State fan, my guy.
I know.
He's got a point.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah. Also, the Lakers are almost as bad as Ohio State.
Man.
And also, the Lakers are a retirement home.
I mean, at least I don't have number 25 on my team. I'm good about that. I'm chilling.
And guess what? At least number 25 is not playing for our team either.
He's still on your roster.
I
You're still
mean,
paying
he's
him.
still on your roster.
No, he's
Yeah, but he
only
hasn't
eating your
even
money.
stepped on the court.
Yeah,
He
that's
hasn't
okay.
stepped
You
on
guys
it.
still have to pay him. You
That's
guys
like
still
saying
paying him,
I
bro.
don't have this, but it's still in my house. That's like
Tyson
saying
Maxey's
I
the
have
true
this.
point guard in
The
Philly.
Lakers are still paying Carmelo.
I mean, no lie. If you want to sit there and pay somebody not to play for you, you go right ahead.
Well, someone's just out here wasting their career, and that's 2-5, man. Ben Simmons is just wasting his entire career just because he originally wanted to go back. That way, he wouldn't get fined like $1 million, and then look at what he's doing now. He's doing the same thing that he's doing before and refusing to play for Philly.
Yeah, we don't want to hear the depression of Ben Simmons on your team. Oh no, I'm playing.
And you know what? I never cared about Ben Simmons since after that second round exit from the Sixers because that's honestly painful, and Ben Simmons cost us the game. So I really don't even care about Ben Simmons. We all can make fun of him as much as we want.
Yeah, great
That's
stream.
good.
Like, you killed it, man. You killed it.
So, Papa,
Yeah.
what's your thoughts for this weekend, my guy, and any other thoughts you want to get off your chest?
Look, Washington is a defeated team. You know, they've still got people getting COVID. They've got people injured. Heineke still isn't fully healthy. You know, can they even end with a winning record, or even a tie record of that? Well, no, they can't. There's no 8-8 anymore.
The only
Can
W
even
they
have a
have
winning
is in
record? I
their
don't think they
name.
can have a winning record.
Right?
I don't even think they can have a winning record anymore. So yeah, they're
Did you hear me?
fighting each other on the sidelines. You know, yeah, the only W's in their name. I did, yeah. I laughed at that. But yeah, I mean, they're a defeated team. They've got nothing to play for. They can't even end with a winning record. You know, they're defeated inside, outside.
I mean, they still got Terry McLaurin. I mean, I wouldn't be defeated with that.
Yeah, even then.
Yeah, but that's like their main weapon, Slay. And Antonio
he
Gibson's
got
out.
defeated too. I mean, Trayvon Diggs locked his ass down.
I get that they have Terry McLaurin, but they have
No shit, dude. He's gonna be dealing with Darius Slay again.
they have like yes, they have. You are correct. They have Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin isn't going to give you the winning season, though. You've already got a losing season. You're already defeated. You're already fighting each other on the bench. Like, your season is pretty much over. You're just playing to hope. You're hoping that you get a higher draft pick at this point. At this point, why even win? Just get a higher draft pick.
Miracle.
You know, your season's over. Your season's done. Meanwhile, Philly, on the other hand, they've got everything to play for. Yes, I absolutely think they're going to clinch the playoffs, especially even if Kirk Cousins was playing, because I see some people saying, like, oh, this isn't how I wanted to get to the playoffs. Even if Kirk Cousins was playing, Minnesota would still lose. Let's get that clear right now. Minnesota would still lose to Green Bay, even if it doesn't matter if Kirk Cousins is playing or not. So, and we need either San Fran to win or Saints to lose.
San Fran to win.
Yeah. I mean, we could.
No, all we need is the 49ers to win and Green Bay to win, and we win, and we're in. That's it.
Yeah, well, and then we clinch the 7th. But yeah, if we win and if Minnesota loses, we're definitely guaranteed a playoff spot. If San Fran loses, that might help with that might even put us up a spot. But yeah, I mean, absolutely. Yes, we're clinching the playoffs this Sunday.
Yeah, Green Bay 100%. Should take care of Minnesota, and then hopefully the 49ers
Green Bay's going to destroy Minnesota, and we're going to win. And if San Fran wins, cool, we block the 7th seed. If not, we have a chance at the 6th seed. But I'm telling you right now, yes, we're going to clinch the playoffs, and Week 18 is going to be boring as hell because it's going to be a battle of the backups. A battle of Philly's backups and a battle of Dallas backups.
I like it, man. BLSG?
Yeah, man. I really think the Eagles can definitely win this game over Washington. And I think we can definitely sweep Washington on the season. And honestly, I know they're getting players back, but this offense, they're they're trying to get players back. I mean, I know Antonio Gibson was back on the virus list, and Heineke's not 100% like Papa said before. And this offense has barely gotten better since the last time we played them. And then this defense, we're basically facing the same defense that we faced the first time. So this really shouldn't be a problem for what Jalen Hurts is going to expect, apart from their Washington's defensive coordinator giving them extra motivation to have them pressure Jalen Hurts a little bit more. But that's really all the biggest difference that you could possibly see. And I'm going to have the Eagles end up winning this game 24-21 over the Washington football team. And yes, I do think the Eagles will clinch a playoff spot this week. And we will probably lock up the 7th seed. And then next week will probably be a battle of the backups between us and Dallas's. And y'all can find me on YouTube, BLSG. Search in the search bar if you're subscribed to me. Appreciate you. Follow me on Twitter, BLSG20. Give your boy a follow. And yeah, man, let's just go ahead, win this football game. Hopefully lock up a playoff spot. And as always, man, fly was fly. Let's go.
Yo, real quick, Mac, the Giant fan, appreciate you guys for stopping in. Happy New Year to you as well, my guy. Appreciate you showing your love and support. And, yeah, man, have a good night tonight and be safe. And also, Miz, you as well, my guy.
Happy New Year, Miz and Mac.
Happy New Year to you as well and your wife. And, be safe out there tonight, man. BPS, finish us up.
Yeah, earlier in this week I had Washington winning, but I have to change the pick. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna pick Washington. First of all, they just lost Antonio Gibson. If that's not as bad, it's just like fighting on the sidelines and stuff. I don't know what to tell you. This Washington team right now, it's getting depleted. It really is.
Yeah.
This is an easy win. I mean, I don't want to say easy win, but this should be an easy win for the Eagles. I would say the Eagles win 30-16. I mean, you have to win this game. There's no reason you should not win this game. You have Gibson out. McKissick's not playing this game either. That's basically the receiver.
No Logan Thomas, obviously.
Yep.
So I was about to say their starting right guard's also down.
That team is literally depleted. I'm sorry to tell you, that team is depleted everywhere. They have McLaurin. You have some guys in the secondary, but yeah, this is an Eagles win right here. I mean, I don't. I have no hope for Washington.
And if this game is even close, I am going to lose my mind.
But you have a good night, though.
It'll probably be
happy
close
New
for a
Year's.
little bit.
You and your family have a good night, man. You have a safe night. Happy New Year, everyone.
Thank you. You too. It's a big pleasure. Appreciate it, buddy.
Happy New Year to you too, man.
Well, listen, man, I'm going to leave it with this. I'm saying we're winning 34-10. Okay? I'm with you. There's no way in hell Washington walks out with a win. Okay? This team is completely in ruins at this point. I've told my brother, who is a big Washington football team fan, I told him, dude, you guys will not be irrelevant ever again until you get rid of Dan Schneider, and I will stand by that. I do not believe Washington will ever have another winning season again until they get rid of Dan Schneider. Okay, he is a huge problem in that organization. He is their downfall. And you know what? Ron Rivera can only keep that team together so long. So, it's a shitty situation that Ron is in. I feel bad for Ron. Coach and dealing with all that stupid shit in the background. But he did choose to go there, so it is what it is.
I'm gonna head out real quick.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Thank you for coming in.
There's a minute left, so I'm gonna go down and watch.
All right. So, anyway, everyone, have a great. All right. Man. Yeah, have a great New Year's. I got to get into the wife. You all have a great weekend. I will see you guys on Sunday. Until then, fly, Eagles, fly. We are out.
Peace.